All right, we're live. We're up and at 'em. Hopefully the sound's good. I don't see anybody in the chat here, anything going on. Waiting on Michael to get here. So I guess I'm going to just carry on. If you're listening to the replay, I'll talk about some cheapies here. I've been wearing a little bit of these authenticity perfumes, these summer vibes. I don't know if any of you guys out there wear any of these, but I really like this summer vibes line. I've been pulling these out. Especially like I get confused if this is a 2.0 or the 4.0, but I really like the one with the pineapple, the iced pineapple note or whatever. I can't remember which one that is. I think it's this one right here. I can't remember if it's 2, 3, 4, whichever. What's up, Sven? All right, we got one person in the room. We got Sven. Come on, we need a few people. Michael's still showing. You ever mess around with any of these authenticity perfumes, Sven? Did you work today? Stan, what's up? What's up? I know Stan's messing around with some authenticity perfumes. Yeah. Passion Island smells so bad. I like it, man. You're not the only one that says that. A bunch of people don't like Passion Island. Yeah, you're not the only one. I love it. I think it's great. So I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority now. I think it's a banger. I like it. Yeah, it's kind of synthetic. Is that what you don't like about it, Dark? Too synthetic? Kajal Icon. Yeah, I like Suggestion. What's up, Jason? I've never smelled that one, Jason. Today, Ferragamo Bright Leather. I've seen that one. I've eyed it. You don't like the passion fruit? Yeah, I get it. Grim G, what's up, man? What's up? We got a few people coming in. Michael's supposed to come in. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. I'm just killing some time till Michael gets here. I'm talking about these authenticity perfume summer vibes. I just pulled these out. I don't know if you guys ever wear anything from these guys, but I got all the summer vibes versions, but one. And one of them, I think it's this one, has this really nice iced pineapple vibe. I really recommend this one. I can't remember which one this is. I'll have to look it up. Sven, did you work today? Sven's an auto factory worker, which is what I did too. And then Sven, I can really relate with Sven because I know he's getting close to the end and how that feels. King the Vibrous. That's a mirror image, right, Stan? That's probably a hybrid. I remember seeing that on mirror image, but I can't remember what that one is cloning. I can always look it up. Yeah, the last year I was there, I think Swen's down to like a year or something like that. The last year I was at Honda. I mean, everybody told me that last year would fly by, and it did. Because basically every August 1st, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do any more August 1st. You knew that was the last one. All right, Stan, what a Venice Cologne, Suspiro Perfumes Vibrato. Yeah, you can't hardly lose with that, especially the way he blends them. I got that's Better Than You Deserve. That's that one financial guy. Jason, you watch that financial guy. What's his name? I forget his name. That guy's good, though. He always says better than I deserve. 3 years, Vince. Okay, well, when you get to that last year, Spin, it's going to go by really fast. It's not going to go fast until you get to that last year, unfortunately. At least everybody's different, but that's how my experience was. It was just kind of like a lead up till the last year. Okay, Michael's in the studio. I'm just going to bring him in.
What's up?
Is.
Well, I'm zoomed in.
You're zoomed in, yeah. I don't know what happened to the border. It came out, but I'm going to go with this for now. I don't know why it didn't put that on there, but we'll try this. You like this, or is it too big?
It's okay. I just got out of the shower, so I got clear skin for everybody to gander at.
Nice. Yes. Say hi to everybody in the chat real quick. And if you could do like Matt, if they jump in and they're asking questions, you could just answer the questions if you want, if you see them. Like I said, okay. I could become like the co-host of this, and you kind of take over the hosting gig of this. You're better at this than me.
I don't know about that. I'm a little rusty, but I'll take the lead for now.
Yeah.
What's up, Stan?
I'm just saying, if you see something in the chat, if they ask you a question or whatever, this time we're going to talk about fragrances mostly. We won't go into your life and all the personal stuff. Maybe later we'll get into that. But
thank God.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. And where are you at today? It looks like you're back at home today.
Yeah, I'm back home. I'm excited. We're going to get deep in the fragrance talk. I was like out of my element last time. I got dragged in some meeting, but
you did good. It was fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
I never even benched 405, even at my best, but I did do 365 natural and a 181 meat. And on 181 meat, I benched 365. I had to pause and wait for the rep, but that was when I was like 20 years old. That was the most I ever got. That's actually the most I ever got was 365. That was before we had these suits and all that too. So Actually, I might have been on. I didn't do too many cycles. I think I actually was on cycle at that one. I think I did like 2 cycles, and I think I might have been on some tests when I did that. But I only did a couple rounds of it when I was younger, and I quit doing that because, like, I don't know, I was already kind of like a high-strung, angry guy, and that just added to it. You know what I mean? And then talking to my friends, like when I got tested by my doctor, my testosterone levels were high, and he's like, "You don't need," I told him what I was doing. He said, "You're going to mess up your own testosterone." So, yeah. What do you think about Passion Island? It's dark here. He's killing it. He hates the Passion Island. You love it, don't you? You're with me.
I do love it. It's really good. You just have to like the synthetic kind of fragrances because it's high quality synthetics, but it is pretty synthetic, which is why Randy didn't like it. I actually bought his bottle. That's how I got mine. But I think it's my favorite tropical fragrance right now. I'm into synthetic fragrances. I like them. So
yeah, that one don't bother me at all. I love that one or whatever, but I get when it dries down, especially I get some of the synthetics and those amber tones and stuff. When I see what they don't like, but for me, I like it, but I see it. I'm like, I get people just don't like this, but
it's strong too.
Yeah. Real strong. That's what I like. I like strong.
Same.
Vince's tests high. I'm still not on nothing, Jason. When my testosterone gets low enough, I will take testosterone, but whenever I get tested, which I'm due to get tested next Tuesday, I go off all peptides and everything. So I'm not taking nothing this week. And last few times I tested, I was like in the 800s for total. I do total free estrogen, all that. So like if I'm in the 800s at my age, like I don't want to mess with that. But I will go on testosterone whenever mine gets low enough where I need a booster. But for now, like I don't need one, and I ain't really trying to get that big. I'm just trying to stay lean because my joints and stuff are all messed up, and all that extra weight if I'm pushing around and all that, like, and for hiking and biking, like carrying around extra muscle, it just slows me down. So I'm just kind of like want to keep muscle and stay ripped. Yeah, 800 I feel good at that, Jason. But I know what it feels like. I've been up around 1,000, 1,200. That feels good. 1,800, what you're on, is just that'd be a nightmare for me. I'd be an animal at 1,800. I'd be wanting to fight. I'd be aggressive. I'd be horny. I don't want all that. Jason's
maybe you want that last one though.
Not really. I don't need those burdens of that or whatever. Just a little bit of that. I don't want to feel that like that pressure like I felt when I was young. I was like driven. That's all I could think about.
Yeah.
Grim G loves Passion Island. All right. I'm not outnumbered here. Good. I love Akon or whatever. That's Grim G's an Akon guy. That's his scent. Check out Grim G's channel. If any of you guys already checking out Grim G, he's good. He's a live maniac. He does like 2 or 3 lives in a day. He's good. Jason, you ain't got no 1,800 testosterone all natural. There ain't no way. If so, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I actually don't know that my wife would like all that. That'd be maybe too much. I don't know. Well, we'll go come back to the chat. Let's start off and talk about. He talked me into getting this one. So you want to start off reviewing the Goldfield and Banks?
Yeah, definitely. So this was a blind buy for me, and I think initially someone sold TLTG on this by calling it purple ombre leather, and then he got it. He really liked it, and it's kind of been in the back of my mind. I ended up picking it from Olfactory. I think I got it for like $95. So beautiful gold bottle here, purple suede, and just another stunner really from Goldfield and Banks. I'm slowly becoming a huge fan of this house. I own Ingenious Ginger, and I did own Bohemian Lime, ended up selling it off. I think it's a great fragrance, just a little redundant for me. If you have like stuff like Diorum Cologne in that vein, it's a little redundant in my opinion, but great lime fragrance too. Pacific Rock Moss is one from them that a lot of people really enjoy. Again, think it's great, just a little redundant for me personally. And then I actually got to try Silky Woods as well, which is really nice fragrance, kind of like on the creamy vanilla and woods side. But this one is really a standout to me. Over the last year or so, I got way more into these leather fragrances, and this one is certainly a standout. It's kind of like the perfect time for me to pick this one because it's got lavender, which I've been really enjoying the note of lavender lately. You guys probably have heard me raving about that. So it blends that lavender with the leather smell and also a hyacinth, which is another purple flower that you get in there as well. It kind of freshens up the leather, but I would say if you're averse to leather scents, this is probably not going to be one for you. You have to enjoy the leather because it is prominent. But it kind of almost comes more of like a suede, like a clean suede versus an animalic and darker leather. Different than like a Tuscan leather or a PDM Godolphin, where you really get that animalic and you get that like even more masculine, dominant type of aggressive leather. but this one freshens it up with the addition of the lavender, kind of adds the soapiness to it, kind of uplifts it, and the hyacinth adds a nice floral touch as well. Performance for me is in the average range. I wouldn't say this is a beast. Actually, it may be like above average. I think I just tend to overspray this one because I really like the way it smells. So I go nose blind to it and I spray it a lot. But I've been really addicted to this one. I've been trying to figure out if it's my favorite leather scent right now. It's definitely in the conversation. But if you are talking about great value and leather fragrance that you can wear almost as a signature scent, I've even worn it in the heat and I think it's fine. Day or night, you can get a lot of use out of this. Great quality for under $100. If you like leather in the least, this is a great pickup, I think, for most people out there.
Yeah, I concur. What he said is, I think the value for this line, and like the bottle, I like just plain styling, the atomizer and everything. Like the value for Goldfield and Banks, a lot of these are just like $100 or a little over. I think I got this one, like he said, right under $100 from Olfactory Factory, and I just blind bought it because he said it was good, and I know I like this scent DNA, and I can't describe it as better than he did. He just kind of described everything about it. It's kind of like Tuscan leather with that lavender note really present, which I like. It kind of gives it an aromatic feel to it and a twist on it, and it is super leathery, really leathery. Yeah, if you don't like leather, then you're not going to like this. It's got a lot of leather. Weird thing is I don't know. I had a decant of this, so I bought this one. This is that new Most Wanted elixir.
Okay.
I got this. And I've done a decant, and I got it, and I was spraying it, and I actually tested it and wrote some content on today and filmed it. But I was spraying it. I was like, what does this remind me of or whatever? And I couldn't think. Well, then I sprayed this next to it, and it's like, okay, it's a lot like this. It's not. This is more like synthetic and kind of like really more synthetic than this, and like more like maybe immature, which I'm not saying in a bad way, just youthful, I should say. And it just, and it's in the raspberry note is really amped up, but there's so many similarities, especially as they dry down. It's like, yeah, one of these has probably got to go. I'm not trying to have all this redundancy or whatever. So I'm probably going to get rid of this one because this one's just a little smoother and I like the stylings of it. But I do like this Most Wanted elixir. It is nice. It's kind of redundant to this, or if you've got Tuscan leather or something. But I think it's actually a great like elixir style fragrances. And these don't smell that similar. Like I could easily have both, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I'm really trying not to have bunch of redundant, and I got this in the group for a good deal. I think I can resell it and get probably all my money back. It's minus the shipping, so might be a good time to do that for the discounters, get it and all that. So I think I might just move on from it. I'm still going to think about it though. But surprisingly, how close these were. It was closer than I anticipated, but not super close. But like 70% close, and this is already kind of close to Tuscan leather or something. So.
One thing I really liked about it was I remember the first time I smelled ombre leather, and this was a little bit earlier in my journey, so my nose wasn't as developed with different scents. And I remember thinking that ombre leather kind of smelled like a new car type of leather. And I was like, man, this smells interesting, but I don't know that I would ever want to smell like car seat leather. I didn't know that that's something that I'd actually want to wear. But then this one came along, and I don't really get that association. I think because the lavender really does bring that soapy quality to it, it balances out the darkness of the leather a little bit well. And the blend is really excellent, which is really what it always comes down to, is the overall blend. So I think you could also wear this, both casually and dressed up. Maybe not like a t-shirt going, just grabbing drinks with friends, maybe a little bit too dressed up for that. But the great thing about leather is I know a lot of the guys in the chat always tend to want to only wear kind of more masculine stuff, and leather always comes across as more of a masculine note, even though it has that hyacinth kind of floral aspect to it. So just really interesting and a really great take on leather. And I enjoy the fact that it's not very animalic at all. So it makes it much more wearable for most people, even though I do like the animalic. I mean, I'm a big fan of Godolphin. I'll go hard on that too. So
yeah, me too. I love that one. I love Godolphin. I had that one, sold it and rebought it again, and I've had the clones that were pretty close. So I'll go back to the chat a little bit. So Jason's talking about wake up and piss excellence, and Grim G is saying he's pissing mediocrity, which I doubt that. Grim G is he's a beast. Swin's out here doing tropical week, upper 80s. Up there in Michigan, he's getting to upper 80s. It's been real humid here. It's only been like in the 80s, but just feels real humid. Jason's taking his Amardex for his, and he donates blood every 2 weeks because he's got to do that because he's got 1,800 testosterone. It's a good strategy. Jason knows his stuff. We talked about peptides in Grim G's stream. Not everybody knows about peptides, so he's pretty advanced in the game with all his knowledge of supplements. So Let's see.
Jason's a
Graham,
G. I like his scent today too. He's wearing bright leather. That's a really good one.
yeah. That is. I haven't smelled that one. That's an interesting one. That's one I've had my eye on. I've never smelled. So Grim G, he said he'd feel good again. He'd be doing with his work. His joints are screwed already. Yes, Grim G's got a few medical things going on. I don't want to get too much into his, but I've heard him talk about it. He's pretty open about it. Jason's talking about purple roast beef 2025. And now Grim G's craving some roast beef. Stan's talking about America. It's Taco Tuesday. Yeah, we've had tacos a lot of Tuesdays lately. We're out of rotation though. I think we had them the Saturday the last time. And then Choco Tacos. Yep, I eat those too. All our T levels are up. Yep, we're all out here. Michael trolling. Is you trolling? Dark saying you're trolling. What are you talking? What's he talking?
I don't know what I could be trolling about. About liking leather.
Good shit, bro. Nah, my team getting back to double digits. All right, I'll come back to you guys. Let's go to your another Saint. You got another one? You got a bunch of new ones you said you haven't been talking about.
Oh, yeah. I got a whole bunch of fragrances right here lined up for a little chat today. So I'm going to just start flexing on you guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is one. Yeah, I know, right? It's to be expected. I didn't talk about my scent of the day because I know you all think I'm bougie all the time, but I actually wore Mercedes-Benz cologne today, which is a cheapie. And you could find this on Amazon for a while. I don't know if it's still there, but I bought 2 of these. And if they're still there, I recommend scooping them up if you guys like this.
I got one. He told me and I got one.
Yeah. So this was good at the gym today. I wore Kajal Ferris yesterday and I oversprayed and it kind of ruined my workout.
I've been layering it. This is my layering combination. It's mixed in there. I've been doing this layering.
Oh, you do them all together. What's the third one? Is that making sense?
Yeah, this works out. This is a nice layering.
That's cool. Anyways, back to the flexing. So this is one I had my eye on for a long time. I initially smelled it at Scent Bar LA in downtown, and then I got to revisit it. We had a fragrance meetup. Some of the LA gang over here, Kix Griffey, Esteban. We hit up Scent Bar again, and I got my nose on it again and just remembered how great it is. It's Poets of Berlin from Wilhelm. Actually, you smelled this one, Vince, because this one was in our little luxury decant thing.
I really like it too. And I like that bottle. That bottle is so cool.
Yeah, so the Wilhelm bottles, they're pretty much all the same, just the name is different. But this is a very interesting vanilla fragrance. So it's vanilla and blueberry, but it's maybe the freshest vanilla I've ever smelled. It's a vanilla that you could even wear in the summertime. It's also got a bamboo note. So it's not that typical like cedar wood, heavy kind of wood type smell that you would get from a lot of woody aromatic type fragrances. This is more so on a unisex vibe. This is more so on a daytime. And it's got a little bit of that gourmand element with the blueberry mixing with the vanilla as well. It's really beautifully blended. Wilhelm does kind of have this signature base. Like some brands have a base that's shared among their different fragrances, and Wilhelm is definitely one, to the point like if you were at the fragrance shop and you were just smelling them all really quick, they might all smell very similar to you because they do use a similar base. But this is the standout from the brand for me. They do have some other really good ones, but there are certain fragrances that when you smell them, you're just like, yo, that's the one. That is incredible. And this pretty much got bought up right away every time that it would be in stock at the discounters. And my birthday was like a week or 2 ago, and I was just like, this is going to be the the self gift this year. So Poets of Berlin, I've been really enjoying it. Man, I love this one. It's hard not to wear it every day.
I'm going to revisit that one. You got me curious. I'll go back to the chat real quick, and then I'll do mine or whatever. Let's see. Been busy. Michael been busy with the groupies. Yeah, he's busy. He's moving and shaking. He's got people working for him. Swingali says that one's fantastic. I think he's talking about the Mercedes. David Garcia. Next one's a David Garcia recommendation. I meet up with David Garcia about once a month. We're duo dudes, but he's got an insane collection. He's got me to buy a bunch of stuff. And the next one I'm going to talk about is from him. And he's out here wearing a duo today. He's got a layer. I think he's got about 30 Amouage. He's got an insane collection. He's got a bunch of duos. He's got all kinds of stuff. What were your first thoughts when smelling ombre leather? Kendrick Richards asking. Thanks for stopping in here. Dark's still on that Passion Island. It's so synthetic. It is synthetic, Dark. If you don't, that's cool. You don't like it. You don't like it. We like it. It's cool. You don't have to like it, brother. What's your first thoughts of smelling ombre leather?
Yeah, I mentioned it a little bit, but my first thoughts when I first smelled it were like, this is too much for me, because this was a while back when I was more green in the fragrance game. I was like, this is too much for me. I don't know if that I'd ever want to smell like it. And it just really reminded me of like a new car like the leather smell of a new car. And I enjoyed the smell, and I thought it was interesting from a fragrance perspective, but I just didn't know that that'd be something that I would want to wear. You know, fast forward to today, I'm wearing Godolphin and I'm wearing all these crazy leather scents, and now I love leather. I've fallen in love with it, and oud and leather like together. So I'm into it way more than I was when I initially smelled ombre leather. I actually do own the Oda ombre leather. I'm a big fan of that one. I think it's amazing, and it's a great alternative to Baby Cat, which is like twice or maybe 3 times more expensive. It's not the exact same as Baby Cat, but it definitely will remind you of it, maybe like 70%. Beautiful vanilla and leather combo, basically. A little bit like thicker, and I get a little bit more creaminess from that versus the Baby Cat. The Baby Cat really has just this like effervescence and sparkle that only comes with top tier perfumery. But the Oda ombre leather is probably the freshest take on ombre leather, and also a bit of a twist, like Baby Cat meets ombre leather, and I really enjoy the combo there.
Yeah, my first thoughts are kind of like his too. Like, I don't know, I want to smell like something like that, but it didn't last very long. Quickly, even though my nose wasn't developed, I really got into wearing that fragrance or whatever. So I quickly attached to that one. Like the first time I smelled it, was a little jarring. I went back to it by the second or third time, I was kind of into it. And I'm into these ouds and these animalic fragrances and these crazy fragrances. That's my thing now. And this is an example. This is a David who's on here. This is this Habdan. I picked this up in the group, got a good deal. It's amber, some warm spices, some caramel, woody tones. It's kind of fruity. It's sweet. It's got some fresh spices in it too. So it's not just all like dark. It's a really well-rounded scent profile. And you don't really hear people talk about Habdan. And there's one called Habdani too, to add I to the end of that. I like it even more, but it's more pricey. I haven't found a deal on that one yet. I'd like to pick up that one. I'm going to get the generic oil of it, and I did get a 10 milliliter of it. And I think I even prefer it to this one. But I just haven't, I don't want to pull, it's kind of high dollar, and I'm getting a lot of fragrances in the group now, and that one just hasn't popped up with it. So far, I haven't got any fakes or any of the group. I know it's going to happen. It's possible, but I try to vet who I buy from, see their thing in a group. And so far I've gotten lucky and haven't got, but I know if you keep messing around that group long enough, you're probably going to get a fake when you're buying those groups eventually. So you got to be really careful and do your research. And so far, cause I look up all the batch codes and everything, and I look up, look at the sprayer, and so far, a couple of them that I thought was, this is actually one I was a little nervous about, but this is perfect. So yeah, that's one I'm rolling with, and I like it. And I'll go back to the chat here. Black Citrus from that house. You know about that one, Michael? Black Citrus?
I don't. Is that a Wilhelm? I haven't tried that one.
Look at the Grim G's going to stay tapped in, but he's got to do a bedside spirometry test on a patient before they go for their open heart surgery. So just flexing on us. A real professional here.
Focus on that, man. That comes first. Like the stream is very second to that.
Agreed. And he's wearing Virgin Island water. He just straight up piped the live stream into the OR. Okay, Vince, and it's okay. Okay, I'm not going to get Galloway. Then I'll wait and get a thing on it. I'm not going to jump on that Galloway.
You haven't tried Galloway yet?
Howdy, heroes. What's up, King Yeti? Thanks for stopping in. King Yeti had a cool comment, a throwback. I asked this guy, VinceScents. It was before I retired. I forgot sending this. And I said, hey, man, I like your editing, what you're doing here. I'm about to retire. I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel. I asked him these questions. And King Yeti was on there re-looking up a coupon and said, hey, I remember looking up a fragrance that he had reviewed. And he seen my comment on it. He says, hey, man, it's wild. I remember seeing that comment back when you posted that. And now I watch you. So that was cool to see that. I forgot I had talk to Dev about that. He said he was going to do a video and answer all those questions, but I don't think that he did. I never seen it yet. So here's David. He loves Habdan, old PDM signature scent worthy, a bit of apple pie baked in see, he's saying it better than I did even. So see how he said it here. It's a quick trip through the barnyard to get the heart and dry down. That's a better description than what I just gave. David's really good with writing. His descriptions are really good, and speech. He speaks and writes better than me. King Yeti, Andy's in here. What's up? What's up, Andy? We're out here just talking. Michael's already flexing us with his Poets of Berlin. And I just started too. All right, we're ready for another one, brother. If you're all
right, cool. Yeah, so another great pickup that I've been really enjoying is MFK's Masculine Pluriel. So I got a Lucky Scent gift card for my birthday, and I was kind of debating on what to do. I was maybe going to do the Imaginary Authors Discovery Set, their whole thing, but I was like, I'd rather just get something that I know that I really love already. So this is amazing. This is a 10 out of 10 lavender scent. Kind of smells like shaving cream foam. It's not like, maybe this could be a little bit boring for you, Vince, but this is the exact scent that is my personality, right up my alley type of
I need
thing.
to
California
revisit it.
boy.
I'm going to revisit it.
It's truly maybe the best lavender scent in existence. It's got that fougere style, but it's cleaned up. Some fougères, the aromatics, they can get a little bit, there can be a funk to it. There can be, kind of that old school green vibe, a lot of spice sometimes. But this one is just silky, buttery smooth as you can get. So it blooms too, like insane. One spray on your arm will fill a whole room. The way it opens and projects is just masterfully perfumed. This is some of MFK's best work. Kind of slept on. Shout out to Joel Matrix. He's the one that put me onto this. The older bottles, they have this purple juice, but then they changed it to this yellow juice here. Still the same fragrance, smells the same. I've tried the purple one too. But yeah, actually performs pretty well for the scent profile, better than you think. This is an eau de toilette concentration, but you really just need a couple sprays of this in it. It's going to last you for hours and hours, and you're going to just smell fantastic. The reason I love this fragrance so much is when I was testing it, I was just kind of working, going about my day, and I was just thinking to myself, like, damn, like, I just feel good. I just feel good wearing this. And that's what it's all about, really. Is it improving your mood? Is it, being like the cherry on top of your day? Is it adding to your life? Is it making you feel good? That's what it's all about. And this was definitely doing all those things for me. So I really enjoyed it, and very thankful to God that I can own and use this on a day-to-day basis now if I want.
That's awesome. Good one to your collection. I like that bottle. I'm going to revisit that one too. It's been a while, but I could see you walking. Is that
Oh my
more
God.
than like the Zaharoff? What's that one we like there? That's kind of like I like it. You bought a bottle. Which one is?
Yeah, I have that. So I have this one too. I was going to talk about. So this Signature Noir is a little bit. I think maybe you would like it more, Vince, because it's a little bit more complex.
I like it. I have every time I order from there, I get a decant. So I've got like 21 milliliter decant because I keep ordering the little decants of it, but I haven't pulled a big bottle yet. I need to.
They're definitely similar. You get more of like the resins and the woods and kind of that signature pour homme DNA woven in here. They do go for a similar style, but I do really enjoy the Noir as well, mainly because it adds a little bit more of the woods and a little bit more of the incense and a little bit more of the resins without taking away from the clean lavender soapiness that is the standout with both of these. So really enjoy both of these. Either one is great. This one's a little bit more clean and shaving foam type smell. This one, you get that as well, but a little bit with the more of the woods and resins working together, hence the Noir name or whatever.
Yeah, I look for those in the groups, that Signature Noir. All those Zaharoffs really hold their value in the groups, and you only find them in the groups, and people snatch them up if it is a good deal. So it's hard to get those. So I pretty much just got to get it through the website, but I got to figure out a time to buy when you get it. Most you can ever get's like 15% off or something, isn't it? Isn't that about the best?
Yeah, you can use. I'm not associated. I'm not like trying to sell this, but just for whoever wants to save some money, if you use code Zaharoff, you get 15% off. I believe this. What is this? A 60 ml? I think this was like 135.
I think that's a good price for that.
It's very fair. Yeah. And if you've ever tried Zaharoff, it's top tier.
That's actually one of my favorites from the line. I love that line. It's probably not my favorite, but it's up there. I really like it. That's a great one. And which one is your signature scent? If you had to pick one of those two now, if you had to say, okay, one of these two is my signature scent, would it be the okay?
I don't know. I think I would actually go with the Zaharoff, just if I could only really like have to use one, just because it is a little bit more interesting and it does work a little bit better in the night. The MFK is just really clean all the way through, and this does add a little bit more interest for us fragrance people to enjoy. But they're both excellent in their own way. But yeah, if I had to only keep one, I guess I would go with the Zaharoff. I've been wearing it to work and just been loving it.
I want to try that new musk one too. That one sounds like something right up my alley, but I'm going to wait and get a sample. I don't really want to blind buy it or whatever, but let me go back to the chat a little bit. Jason, he likes a red crayon. King Yeti's wearing Arm Off Odyssey Limonade. I heard good things about that with the Own Home Sport. He's wearing a high-end designer with his clone. I do that too. I do that all the time. I layer stuff like that. I bet those two work good together. I need to try more Imaginary Authors, David's saying. I like their trade, Cracking a Poach. Any Bull's Bloods too. I've tried most from that house, David. I'm not a huge fan of that house. I do like what they do. I just got 10 milliliters of a handful of theirs or whatever. I don't really think I need a full bottle of any. I do like the house though. I do like what they're doing. It's artistry. I do like that. Damn King, I bet that'd be hot. He's going to try that. That's a good signature. Signature Noir is great. Yeah, I think Jason's got most of the house. What's up?
I think Jason's the one that put me onto Signature Noir, actually. So thank you, Jason.
Yeah, I'll put that on there. So this one I picked up. I hated this fragrance at first when I first tried this. I was early in the fragrance. I mean, I hated it. I didn't understand why anybody liked it. And I've been doing collaboration videos with VinceScents. And he kept going on about Pegasus exclusive, how great it is. Like, nah, man, I don't know. And so he sends me stuff because he's got a lot of nice fragrances and he really likes this. Well, he sent me like quite a bit, like a 3 milliliter. And I wore it the first time. I was like, wait a minute, now this is pretty good. I wore it a couple more times. And then I ran into a deal in the group. So I picked up Pegasus exclusive. Now, I don't really want Pegasus.
Nice.
I like this exclusive. It's woody with the almond. It's got the oud in the background, kind of with that almond and vanilla and the powdery with the oud, like the juxtaposition, those two things fighting together. I really like that. It really works for me. I'm surprised how much I like this and how much I hated it first and how much I flipped on it. So really good performance on this. And yeah, I don't know what to say. It's a very unique fragrance. If somebody didn't like this, I could see why they wouldn't like it. But I think it's great.
How does it compare to the original Pegasus? It's been a while since I smelled it.
I don't like the original. I like these dark, the oud and the stuff at the bottom. Okay. But without that, to me, it's just too powdery, and I just don't really want to smell like that. Nothing like that. I just don't want to smell like the creamy powderiness without that bottom layer of oud and funk on it. I have to have that at the bottom for this to be a complete fragrance. To me, this is the complete fragrance. Like to me, the Pegasus is the incomplete fragrance. So King Yeti's saying he's giving Swin he's even giving you a game on how to do it. And this is important too, because you got to cut, there is a like 2-to-1 ratio and stuff like that. You know, there's a, I figured Jason would already have the new musk. I figured it would be sent right to him, you know, front storage. So I guess we're going to have to wait for Michael to get it then. I'm going to get a sample of it eventually. I get samples of everything, and I'll probably get another Signature Noir sample. I'm ordering, add to my other 2 milliliters I got. I'll probably end up never with a bottle.
Yeah, the bottle on the musk looks really nice. I'll give it to him on that. The look of it is really beautiful. I'll try it eventually. I'm just I don't want to have it be too similar to the red, because I felt like the red and blue were a little bit too similar to the point where I was just always picking the red over the blue.
I think I slightly like the red too, just slightly, really close though.
Yeah, I just like that pink pepper kind of sweetness that it adds. Yeah. And the blue is great, but I don't know, it's just a little bit maybe more of a mature scent, and it's got that kind of green aspect to it. Both have eucalyptus, but the eucalyptus is definitely more prominent in the blue, and I just find myself reaching for the red more so I ended up selling the blue. So I wouldn't want to buy the musk and then have it be a similar situation. Sometimes with these flankers, they're too similar, so that's my only concern, but I'm sure it's gonna be great. That whole line has been so far so good. So
yeah, I really have never had a loser out of the whole, like everything I've ordered of his. Like I haven't had one that I thought, okay, this sucks or whatever, you know, never, not one. Some I just like more than others is what I'd say. I could probably have every fragrance in that line and be pretty happy with them all. The only one I don't like, the one I like the least is that one, what's that, citrine or whatever one? That's one.
That's funny. Favorite. That's the one I don't care for either. And people love that one.
Yeah, I know. People go crazy over that one. I had high expectations.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Same.
Yeah, let's go back to the comments, and then you're up for your next one.
Okay.
What do we got here? PDM took their to exclusive. Yeah, I've got to get my nose on the other exclusive, Clayton exclusive. I got a feeling because I was doing the clones. I'm starting to think I would like that one too, and the real deal. I got to try the real deal. I've tried the clones and it was all right, but sometimes these PDMs just don't quite nail it down. Must ships on the 20th. Pop Sense is here. Pop Sense, what's up? What's popping, y'all? He comes in hard. Zahara bottle are the best bottles in perfumery, hands down. I'm not going to argue that, King Yeti. I love George and his bottles. I don't have. I got tons of decants, 10 milliliters, 2 milliliters. I got like every Zahara fragrance, but I don't have one bottle. That's sad, ain't it? I need to get a bottle.
No, that's smart.
I'm with you, Mike. I like red better. For me, it's a tough call. If I had both, even though they're redundant, I don't know that I could sell one. King Yeti says, "What's up, Pop?" I prefer the red over blue myself. That's 3. Decant of the musk. Yeah. Yep, you're gonna get a decant. I'll bring Leighton layers well tobacco oud. Yeah, David's a layering king. He's going to bring it next time. Bring it, brother. I hope I don't have to get it. All right, Mike.
That'd be awesome, Jason. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And I'll throw a video review up just so to, you know, as a thank you or whatever, just to give you my thoughts. But that'd be really cool. I really appreciate that. We'll talk on IG. But
yeah, send him that. Get him to do a review. Keep his channel alive. If he just throws one up now and then, it kind of keeps his channel alive. You know what I mean? Don't just let it fall away. But you don't have to do one very often. But something to get him
doing like one a week. I did a summer fragrance list and I got a lot of views. I was kind of surprised. I'll do another summer one. I guess that's what
people like this. Right, people like summers, and you are the fragrance fraternity. They come to you for summer. You're California boy approved. Who knows summer better than you? We
are the fragrance fraternity. Okay, so Ross has had some bangers lately, guys. I don't know if you like to shop at Ross, but for me, it's a part of my week that I enjoy. Once a week, go hit the rack stores, see if I want to blow some money on some stuff. It's a good little activity. Boss the Scent Magnetic is one that they had, and this has kind of been out for a while, and I know not really the season for it, but California boy life, you can wear pretty much everything all year. So I'm gonna rub this in your face real quick, guys. I really love the way that they took that maninka fruit and they didn't get rid of it like they did in, I don't really pick it up in the elixir, which I wasn't thrilled about with all the hype that one got. I think this one is way better. This one is a true kind of parfum or EDP version of the original, the scent, which I've kind of fallen in love with. That fruitiness is mixing with a nice vanilla tone. You got to like sweet designers to be into this, but the blend is nice. This is not Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir, where it's just an overload of honey sweetness, where it's just too much. This is a really great blend of the vanilla working with that maninka fruitiness. I also got my nose on the Le Parfum. That one was a little bit cloying, a little bit too just juvenile, and really gave me a headache, which is weird. I never get headaches from fragrances, but that one was legitimately bothering me, which pretty much never happens. This one is a better blend of that. They're both similar, but this one is a better blend of the Le Parfum, essentially. The Scent Magnetic, probably one of the best in the line. I heard Private Accord's really good. That one's really hard to find, so one day maybe I'll get my nose on that. But man, if you want a date night fragrance and you want to just pull some positive attention your way and just appeal to everyday kind of people who are maybe not into fragrances, people are going to love the way this smells. This is a stunner. It really is. If you're cool with the sweeter type of vanilla fruitiness, it's not overdone though. The blend is it's balanced well. So Magnetic at Ross, I think it was like $40 for 100 ml. Great buy. Love this stuff. Really good blend. Great performance too. Have you tried the Scent Magnetic, Vince?
Yeah, I have a lot of bosses for whatever reason. I just like bosses. So there's a lot of redundancy. I even like that Le Parfum, but I get why some people don't like that one, but I even like it. I've got about all those bosses or whatever, and they're really redundant. I probably need to start thinning some of those out this fall and winter, but I just like the boss line. They all perform well. They smell nice. They're easy, dumb reach. I mean, they just work but there is a lot of crisscross and redundancy. I wasn't smart about it when I bought all those. I was just buying everyone in the line, whenever they were on sale or whatever. So I need that one's, I like that maninka fruit in that one or whatever. That's kind of one of the interesting things that really, with that magnetic line, I like that. Who comes up with this maninka fruit? I don't hear anybody talking about that, and they throw that in there. It's good.
But it smells great. Yeah.
I love it. All right. I'm into this Mugler line, the Amen line. And so these rare ones pop up in there sometimes, and you got to grab them quick. A lot of them are highly overpriced or whatever, but I got a rare one in here. I didn't never think I'd really get this one. This is this Pure Leather Cure. I got a pretty good deal on this one. Anything under $100 is a good deal on this one. I don't love the scent profile, but I'll probably never sell this one. You take the Amen DAA and just take the leather and some caramel and some spices and just kind of amp it up. It's just amped up version with definitely a strong leather note mixed into it or whatever. And I really like that DNA. This is probably one I won't wear that much. It's a bit too potent for me or whatever. It gets cloying fast. So it's like one or two sprays back here, and that is it, because it's just, how Amen can already pump with that patchouli and stuff, and that tar note is still in here. And this one is aged. I think it's been stored properly, because this is pretty old, and it still performs really good. So I think this one hasn't been around a bunch of heat or anything, because none of the notes smell like off. That's always a concern. I feel like this one's been taken real care of. Nobody's cut the top A lot of times they cut the top so they can get to the sprayer easy. And this is one. So I run into a lot of these, but they want too much or they just sell before I can get to them. So this is actually one I'm pretty ecstatic about. I just really love this collection. This is actually the Amen Pure, not Havan. What's the boozy one or whatever? That's the one that got me back into fragrances. This crazy kick I'm on again. I bought that Amen. I spun. I was like, man, I forgot how good these kind of fragrances are because I'd done Creeds and Guerlains and I already had a lot of fragrances, but I kind of just wore what I had, wasn't looking anymore. But during COVID, I got a deal on Mercari on that one, and ever since then, I just once I bought that one, it's been on like Donkey Kong. Like I was into guns at that time. The gun just kind of fell by the wayside. I don't even mess with those anymore. And all my other hobbies and stuff. This is all I think about now is fragrances. I go to sleep looking them up. I watch videos. All my friends now are like fragrance people I talk to, like my old friends and stuff. I don't know how to talk to them. These are like, I got new friends like Andy here. I talk to Andy. I talk to Stan. I talk to Michael. And I talk about fragrances. And that's what I think about all the time. And I'm doing like earlier today, before this, I shot videos. I looked at I looked up content. I ordered a couple fragrances in the group. So since
awesome.
Since COVID, I'm just a fragrance nut. I really don't want to be this involved and this crazy over it, but it is fun and I do enjoy it. But I feel like I'm a little bit too obsessed with this, but whatever. I'm having fun. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, as long as they're enjoying it
a little bit and got perspective better.
Yeah, well, we're at different stages in life. I'm like still trying to make my life happen. You're kind of in retirement doing your thing. So
fair point, but I'm on a fixed income of sorts or whatever, and I don't really think this is sustainable long term to just keep buying like this because we're spending money in other directions too. But whatever, I'll worry about that later. I've managed my life pretty good at this point. I gotta just give myself credit. I'll figure it out when it's time.
The market's picking back up, so you should be all right.
Yeah. Thoughts on Coco Loco and curious on performance? I think it's got really good performance for that type of scent profile, and I love Coco Loco. It's one I should have a full bottle on because I'm a tropical guy, and that one's fantastic. But I've got other things that kind of do the same thing on that one, so I don't feel like I got to run out and get that one. But I love it. What do you think, Michael?
I actually haven't tried Coco Loco. I'm not the biggest coconut guy. Really not a fan of coconut fragrances. They're just not my style. I think they smell okay. I just don't really enjoy wearing them. The closest thing would be like French Riviera, even though that doesn't really have coconut. It's still in that vibe. The only really coconut fragrance that I really rock with is the Boss Bottle Pacific. That one is one of my favorite tropical fragrances and really the only coconut that I really enjoy. So not the biggest coconut guy, but I'm sure it's great.
What's King Yeti talking about here? What is Tom Ford? What's he talking about?
Noir Extreme.
Noir. Oh yeah, I like the regular Noir actually. That Tom Ford Noir, not the Extreme. I like the Noir. It's more of a. Have you ever tried that one, Michael? Just the regular.
Yeah,
Noir?
I do. I like them. I like them all.
Yeah, I really like the Noir. Nobody talks about that one. Let's see. So what's I'm lost on the chat here. It's been hot in Arkansas, King. It's been pretty mild here in Alabama. I would think it'd be boiling down there. I'm surprised. So it's not fruity like Herba Pura, but still fruity vanilla. Yeah, it's kind of Herba Pura-ish a little bit. Not quite to that extreme. Not hot, super humid, nonstop. Pure malt, that's it. That's the one that got me started, pure malt. I love pure malt. I just went blank there. Go ahead, Michael.
I think King Yeti's talking about the scent magnetic as in comparing it to Herba Pura. And Herba Pura is a little bit more on the tropical side. You really do get that tropical, and it's kind of more of an amalgamation of fruits, whereas the scent magnetic, it's just zoned in on that one Maninka fruit, which you really only would know what that smells like if you've tried the original, because I don't really know any other fragrance that has it. I definitely don't think it's as sweet as Herba Pura, and I'm not sure that Herba Pura has vanilla sweetness in it. I think it's really just more about the fruits that are contributing to that sweetness. With the scent magnetic, I would say it's kind of maybe the level of sweetness of some of like the Stronger With You fragrances. Not necessarily, they don't smell the same, but if I had to compare like the level of sweetness, I would say it's the same level of sweetness as like the Azzaro, The Most Wanted, if you have that fragrance, or maybe like Stronger With You leather, or the original Stronger With You. That level of sweetness is comparable. But yeah, Herba Pura, I would say, is significantly sweeter and more fruity and way more feminine, with kind of like a shampoo almost type smell, where you don't really get that with the scent magnetic.
Yeah, pure malt, King. That's the one I had a brain fart on. That's one that drew me back in. It's like, man, I forgot these fragrances can be this good, and I hadn't bought like a one that I really liked or whatever. And when I bought that thing, I just kept wearing that thing. But it's, it's hard to get that one. So then I had to go back to my clones. Like, oh, I got to save this one. I hate having that mentality on my fragrances, but that's what I got on my real rare ones or whatever. I'm too cheap to buy another one, so I'll wear the clones or whatever, layer or whatever. I don't know that you should live your life like that. Maybe you should just wear it and save the bottle. I don't know. Pop Scents wearing gold Prestigium. I like that one. How's the gold lose other 4 different? I like. It's been a while since I had that one. I had that one, and I think I sold that one, but I did like that one. It was just redundant to some other stuff I had, or I don't know what the deal was. Jamie Young's in here. Good evening, dudes. Thanks for stopping in. Fixed income is $20K a month. I'm spending. That's my fixed income. That's about what I'm spending, but that's not what's coming in.
$20K a month in Ohio. You can live a good life.
Yeah, I need that. I would do better. I sell them cheap on the Facebook Marketplace. My clones King Yeti. I just want to move them, so I bundle them. I'd do better if I took them to somewhere and set up, but I don't have the patience for that. I don't want to sit there and do that. Let's see. Coconut, Fan Your Flames, and Sex in the Sea. So Sex in the Sea, Neroli, David. I got a sample of that. I actually filmed content for that house today. That's going to be a long one. It's going to be a lot of editing because I did a lot. I actually prefer Sex in the Sea Neroli over Sex in the Sea. I think that's the one I'm going to end up getting. I had Sex in the Sea. I got it in a group off of a lady. Long story, crazy long story, but the post office lost it. And I never did get it. So and it's crazy how it all went down. But anyways, I didn't get that one. Now I'm going to get the Neroli one. I think I'm just going to have to buy it because I'm not finding it. Torino 24. Torino 24 is great. I love Torino 24, Andy. It's leaning towards unisex. Pop probably likes Torino 24. I love Torino 24. Thanks for the breakdown on that. Yeah, I can't break them down as good as Michael does. And shouting out Jamie. Yeah, check out that Torino 24. All right, stay tuned to see Pop's new setup in his studio. Yeah, Pop 24. If you ain't seen Pop 24, he's got a reflection man. Barrett gave a fragrance name to him. So Pop 24, it's out there.
Nice.
You're up, Michael.
Okay, yeah, guys, I'm trying to convince Vince to move to LA and start a fragrance shop with me where we can sell all of our bottles that we don't want. But
I just need to come out there and visit sometime and hang out. We'll pick a good week. Let's just start with that sometime. That'd be fun. We'll do some exercising. Right. We'll do a bunch of cardio and some exercising and good for us stuff, man. We ain't gonna worry about fragrances the whole time. Let's get fitter, work our minds too. We'll talk.
You're gonna kick my ass, Vince. You're in crazy shape.
Well, that's good.
I'll try to keep up with you.
Yeah, no, we'll do it. We'll make it work.
All right, I'll keep flexing on you guys. So Mind Games Veery is such a slept on fragrance. And the thing is, this is overpriced for what it is, but you can also sometimes find this one for cheaper than all the other ones. So full disclosure, I think I paid around $200 for this. There was definitely a point in my fragrance journey where I was like, I'm not buying any fragrance over $150. I think that's completely ridiculous. And I was firm in that stance. Times have changed. I'm now, buying these more expensive scents, and I really enjoy this one. It's not the most complex thing, but for summer, for a hot day, there's really few citrus, musk, and kind of green fragrances that do it better than this. It's the epitome of a fresh laundry detergent type, dryer sheet smell. If you enjoy fragrances with that dryer sheet type freshness, this is the top of that king, of that mountain. So the citron here is the citrus that really stands out. I'm a huge fan of citron. I think it's a very interesting note that isn't necessarily as used as much as a grapefruit or a lemon. It's kind of in between those two. So it really sparkles, it really shines, it's really bright, and I think it lasts a decent amount, at least when I wear this one. Into the dry down, I can still pick up on that citron. The musk definitely becomes more prominent, but this one is just one of those that you spray on and you just feel good, and it just uplifts you, and has green elements, very fresh with the citron and musk working. Not the most complex thing, but really uplifting. Great for the summer. I've been getting a lot of enjoyment out of this. Fits my lifestyle. And yeah, these bottles are really dope. Mind Games has some good stuff. I did sample this one first. I sampled the original. Man, the citron is crazy in there. I sampled I believe it was the Soulmate collection, whatever this one's in. There's 12 of them. And this is the one that, it wasn't the one that I thought was the most amazing on first impression, but it was the one that I could actually see myself owning and using and getting the most use out of. and I saw it for $200, which is pretty reasonable for Mind Games fragrance. They usually go for $300 to $350. So yeah, I just scooped it up. Really love it. Happy to own it. It's one of my favorite type fresh spring. Really, it's a spring fragrance, but you can wear it in the summer.
I heard a few people talking about that, and that's what's weird, really. So I never heard anybody talk about that, and I've heard a few people talking about that. So it must be good. And everybody that I heard talk about it is like somebody that actually trusts their nose. You know what I mean? They're not just selling fragrances or whatever. So it must be good.
It might be boring for the price for you specifically.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't buy that one, but I wouldn't mind having like a 10 milliliter probably. Or
yeah, it's definitely worth getting a 10 ml.
Yeah, I'll make those.
Very, Matt.
So Mo's in here. What's good? He's saying, "What's up, Fragrance Fraternity?"
What's up, Mo?
Jason's saying, "Mike flexing so hard, he must be on a bodybuilding stage." Yeah, he is gone. When I come out there and get him in, when I put him through some cardio, he's going to be on stage. Matt,
you'll never see me on stage.
Matt Luss is in here. The owner and proprietor of Mirror Image Fragrances. Matt Hatter. That's Rick. Rick's in here. My buddy Rick. That's another one of my fragrance buddies. I talk to Rick almost every day. He's out there in Montana, up by Canada. So VinceScents is dealing with the lovely pennant. It's very lemony. All right. It's Vieri. How do you, what's that one called again? Matt's wanting to know what.
Yeah, Vieri.
Vieri. Sin in the Evening, Undeniable from Avon. Man, I need to get back into some Avon. I want to get into some Avon, like some older ones too, whatever. Avon, I got a lot of respect for that house. That's kind of a slept-on house. Is that a newer one, Jamie? Or is that a throwback one? I want to get some of their old, the old vintage ones, and then I want to get some of their new ones because I know they're still, let's see. Sell him to Michael, make your money back. $100.
I would just send it to Vince. I wouldn't sell it to him. I'd just send it to him. I need to send him some stuff. It's been a while since I've sent stuff.
All right, let me write that one down. Old one. Let me write that. Is that one you got any other Avons you want to talk about? I'm going to really get into some Avon ones or whatever. I can find these still pretty reasonably, some of these on Mercari and stuff. And it looks like some of these people really took care storing them and they know what they're doing. So that's one. So look at Matt. Matt's out here wearing Pop 45. Man, everybody's wearing Pop 45. Wow. All right. You guys know, and I had a bust on this one with Michael, so he's a little gun shy in this house. But I'm into this Serge Lutens, and this Baptiste Diffus. It came available in the group. It's actually Kel Smells had this. If you ever watch his channel, he had this, and it's not really to his taste. This one's kind of hard to get. It's this woody sugar cinnamon with these citrus fruits. It's spicy hot and these florals in it. It's almost like feminine leaning. It's a strange fragrance. It's really Christmassy to me. It has this real Christmassy smell to me. But I just love this. There's real artistry going on here and great scent. And this is a big bottle of it too. It's a no cap. I think it was a tester. So I'm real happy to get this in my collection. And he gave it to me cheap too. He gave me a good deal. So real happy to get this one. And I'm a big Serge Lutens fan. This is one I just never thought I'd run into a deal on because it's a little rare and hard to get. So yeah, great one. Around the holidays, I'm going to be popping this one. Not like Pop 45. I can't match that, but I'm going to be trying.
Yeah, you got a good amount of those Serge Lutens now, huh?
Yeah, I got quite a few. Actually, David bought some of my fresher ones. I had like 3 or 4 fresh ones I just really wasn't reaching for. And they are nice, but I gave I think David, I gave him a heck of a deal too on like 3 of my Serge Lutens. And he don't like fresh. So Serge Lutens is a good fresh style for David, and I think he's getting into fresh a little more. He just wants to wear like heavy, royal tobaccos in the middle of summer. And it's hot here in Ohio in the summer. I mean, it's humid right now.
You and him can wear Neffs to the gym. You guys are like,
yeah, I don't got Neffs yet or whatever. Neffs to the gym works. And I got CG Sense onto it. I'm trying to, you can wear it to outdoor concerts. You just got to go light. Yeah, it works. You'd be surprised at how these buttons work. Hit that buy button, pop.
I definitely want to try more Serge Lutens. It's definitely something that is like really a great fragrance brand from what I've tried from them, except that one that you showed me. But I think I don't like clove. I think that's what it is. And I never really tried clove, and that one had a lot of
I should have mentioned that more, that it was clove heavy. I think I did, but maybe I didn't.
I wouldn't have known that I didn't like clove. It was actually a good thing that I got that one, because now I realize, like, okay, I'm not really into clove, and I kind of know that now. So
yeah,
it was actually a good thing.
Clove heavy. That was crazy clove heavy. Yeah, Neffs in the gym. I'm telling you, it works, man. Whenever I wear that thing, wherever I wear that thing too, somebody likes the way I smell. They're going to say something. And I don't spray it real heavy either, but sometimes it just carries when you put the heat on it. Like you only need a couple sprays, but it just wafts on you, whatever. It doesn't smell like cloying or anything like that either. It's a nice smell. You can't knock it until you've tried it or whatever. And I've tried it, you know what I mean? And it might not work for you. It might come off different. You know what I mean? Just like that other guy, Dark. He hates. He kept making that point, a fragrance that we love. You know what I mean? We don't all get the same thing.
Yeah.
He's Dark Oud here. Prayush Janga, what's up? Live in India. He bought a Guerlain Santal Royal today. It was love at first sniff. I don't think I've smelled that one, but I like a Guerlain. Is a house I really got a lot of respect for. And I actually have smelled a lot of Guerlains. Back in my day, I went through a lot of those old Guerlains and had a lot of real ones that would be rare today. And I don't get too many new ones of Guerlain just because I don't know. They're not as excited about the newer stuff from that house, whatever, but great house. What's your favorite MFK? This is a Mike question. You're an MFK guy.
I mean, I haven't really tried. They have so many, but my favorite is going to be Masculine Pluriel. I mean, it's the only one that I own. I think Grand Soir is really good. There are just some other ambers that I prefer slightly over it. But I think as far as just like a fragrance, it's very masterfully done. I've tried the Gentle Fluidity Silver. I know that's kind of a popular one. I think I need to spend more time with it. It's hard when you're just
right there.
It's hard when you're just in a store and you're just smelling it for the first time. You're just getting your initial impressions. Like that's the thing sometimes with like doing live streams of smelling stuff. And I'm not throwing shade on anybody because there's too many fragrances and not enough time to smell them all and wear them all. But when you're just like kind of smelling them and like doing your first impressions and then you're like, oh, that one's not for me. It really takes like almost a week, really, if you just want to get to know a fragrance and really decide. You got to wear it for like a week. So there's fragrances where I initially was like, nah, I'm not really feeling it. But then I wore it and then I kind of was like, okay, I actually really like this. So yeah, I guess Masculine Pluriel will be my answer because it's the only one that I own.
I'm changing my answer. The one I like the best is Amorous Homme Extrait. That's the one.
I want to try that Amorous Homme. I heard good things about that one.
I like Extrait even more.
Oh yeah.
I just got a 10 milliliter of that. I'm probably never going to get a bottle of that. It's just, even in the groups or whatever, when I see it go, it's just too expensive for me. Real sin of the day is Robert. Oh, wait a minute. You're not wearing Pop 45? What about Vince 45? Are you wearing that? He does got a good collection 45. Yeah, Matt's been getting some bangers in lately. Whatever, all the stuff Matt's been getting in lately has just been incredible. Michael's
that sounds really good.
Yeah. That sounds good. Nobody talked about Anthonyte's better than Noir, in my humble opinion. Well, I'm not familiar with that one. I'm going to write that one down.
BR540. I'm not a BR540 guy. I think it's, to my nose, it's more feminine. My mom wears it. I think that's why.
That might have something to do with it. It's a scent memory. Yeah. You know what I mean? I sold my last clone, so I don't have any. Well, actually, I do got a couple BR540 Twist. Top 10 for Surge, Nets, and now Guerlain. Good stuff. That's to Rick's taste. He loves those. He's got an insane Serge Luton's collection. Mad Hatter he's got a killer one. He's got all the black towers and stuff. He got a lot of them from France, and you wouldn't believe the amount of crap you got to go through with customs and everything when you're ordering from France. He's had to go. So sometimes you need to sit with something for a little while. Come back to 1 Million Parfum now, and it's on my list. I love 1 Million Parfum. I like that whole house.
Same. I love that one.
He says, "Look that house up." That one he talked about. Did you remember that down? You need me to go back?
No, the Roberto. I think I've heard of
Roberto Angali.
One, just their own. I think I've heard someone mention that one before, but I'll look more into that one. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that.
All right, you're up for your next fragrance whenever you're ready, buddy.
All right, cool. So yeah, I got a lot of fresher stuff here, but I guess I'll go a little bit more oriental, kind of spicy. This is definitely what I would consider one of my signature scents, one that I go back to a lot. If I had to do like a keep 10 for life, this would definitely be in there. This is Gris Charnel. It's popular for good reason from BDK. This is the perfect fragrance for after I've been working all weekend and, I get home, I'm done with all the gigs, take that shower, and now I have like 3 or 4 hours to just decompress, unwind, just really chill out. This is the perfect fragrance for that. This is what I end up using that for a lot. Kind of puts me in the same mindset as the La Nuit de l'Homme, that spicy oriental type of thing going on. This one has black tea. It's got a little bit of fig, not too much fig for those people that aren't into fig. It's more in the background, so don't let that throw you off from it. It's just really cozy. It's kind of like a warm hug. It's a great date night. It's kind of a good, like, just relaxing fragrance. It's very mild, more of for like a low-key type personality. I feel like it just suits me really well. Not for someone that needs to be the center of attention, just someone who has, I guess, stealth wealth, even though I don't, but I like to pretend like I do when I'm on these lives.
Stealth wealth.
Yeah. So a little bit of spice, a little bit of lavender, cardamom spice is definitely there. a little bit of fig, and the black tea all blended beautifully. A standout from the house, a little bit on the unisex side as well, but I don't think that you'd have any problem wearing this as a guy. I mean, I love the way that smells, so I can't recommend it enough. And I'm finally getting a little bit of a dent in there. I've been wearing it a lot. I haven't sprayed anything. I might wear this. I love this one. Oh, this is like there's certain fragrances, you smell them and you're like, yeah, that just smells like me. Like that smells like what I should be smelling like. Do you feel like that with certain scents?
Yeah, with Neffs, that's what I feel like I should be
Yeah.
smelling. Every time I wear that, I'm like, why don't I wear this more? This is me right here. But honestly, I was just going to say that. It's funny you said that. All these fragrances you pulled out, like you've got your game homed on. Like you're not buying, these are Michael fragrances you're buying. Your selection here, you're dialed in. This is a Michael type fragrances you're buying here. That's what I see. Seriously, that's what I see. And that's what I was thinking. Like these seem like the stuff you should be wearing. And it's not just all these fresh things like these old fresh blues or whatever you're wearing. Cause you're a little older now and you've been in the scent game, you're matured. So you're kind of moving into this, even though it's California weather all the time, you can wear this stuff in that California weather as you're seeing, you know what I mean? And it works really good. I think that blue oud kind of showed you like, wait a minute, you can go with this or whatever. And when I gave you that Ahmed Al-Maghrib blue, you're like, let's see what.
Yeah, that was so good. So shockingly good too. Like, and you sent me so many fragrances in that, like maybe 40. And it's kind of interesting that was the one that really like moved me. And I love that one.
Here's the new benchmark on fragrances right here. It'll focus on, this is Vince 45 from Mirror Image.
Sweet.
Vince 45. We countermeasure a Pop 45, a Reflection Man clone. It is a good Reflection Man 45 clone. We're just messing around though. Since Pop had Pop 45, we had to combat it with a Vince 45. Just messing. So this I know you're throwing out these bangers here, but I'm coming back. Well, you're throwing right crosses. I'm at least throwing a jab. I'm making a fight here. So I'm coming back with mine. I got this in the group too, this Lactmus Octavian. So obviously you see what I'm getting into here. It's a rose oud fragrance with these warm, spicy amber tones to it. It's got this soft, spicy, metallic notes in it too. It's hard to describe, but it's sort of your typical rose oud fragrance, but it's got a little bit of a twist. It's, rose ouds is getting kind of redundant to me, but this one with the metallic notes has got a little something extra. It was a total blind buy. I got a deal and I looked it up, and this is one I'm keeping. I like it. It's really good. And I don't have too many from Electivus, so I like getting houses or bottles from different houses. I still got to get one of those top tier Rosias, the clear ones with the glass and all that. I got to get one of those high-end Rosia bottles. I got to have one of those at some point. And all the ones I like are these oud ones and these higher end ones. So I'm going to have to cough up some money when I do get in, but I am going to get one eventually. I want one of those. It's going to be one of those more niche, like oud ones or whatever, the ones that are a little off the radar. Cause I've smelled a bunch of those now. And man, there's a god here. Here's one, this lady I've been buying some decants from. She's got insane Rosia. She sent me just a sniff of this fruity oud. She sent me just a sniff or whatever. This is like $1,000 fragrance. And she just sent me there was a little bit in here for me to wear this a few times just because I was curious about it. And she don't even have much to sell. So this is a fruity oud is one from Rosia. I ordered a Dua version. I just want to see how close it is, but I know it's not going to be like a god tier fragrance like that. But Rosia, when you really dig into their library, they got these amazing fragrances, and they're doing artistry because they've got like Elysium and they got these ones that are kind of, they sell and all that. But when you go deep into the house, they've got these wild scent profiles that are just so complex and rich, all this going on. So that when they made this, they knew it wasn't going to sell a whole bunch everywhere. It's just they were doing it for the art, so they're still making like art. And so I got a respect for that house and the presentation. They are highly priced and all that. That part, I don't love it. It's a little bit out of my price range, a lot of them, but I can get decants and maybe I can snag a bottle in the group here somewhere, sneak one in, you know what I mean? But I got a lot of respect for Rosia and the perfumery they do as I've gotten more into this fragrance game or whatever. I got them as a top tier house at this point.
Yeah. There's an argument for them being the best, really. I was thinking about it, and they might be number one. Yeah,
it's hard. Yeah, I might agree with that. So Jason needs 1 million absolutely gold. That scent was a banger. That was a good one. Gris Charnel, good choice. David Garcia, I love it. She loves it. Got to try this one for sure. Also agree. OG Gris Charnel better than the Extrait. Yeah, I heard other people. We had to give Pop a little troll. Yeah, the Vince 45. Yeah, we're just playing around, Pop, just having fun. Vixair, I'm going to write that one down. Vixair from Aleximus. That's not one I know about.
Yeah, Mo's got good taste. Me and Mo really usually link up.
Is Mo the one that's a moderator on, he's got a channel too, and then he's a moderator on fragrance dudes thing? Is that
Yeah, that's where I see him. I didn't know that he had a channel.
I think Mo's
sleep
got a
on Mo.
channel too. Is that right, Jason? Did I see, or Mo, did I see a video too from you or something? Did you just start one, or am I wrong on that? What's good, Mo? I know Mo knows stuff though. He's got, because I've heard him when I've been on Randy's things. I've heard him.
Yeah, Mo has good taste for sure.
Green. Thanks for stopping in, Green. Anybody tried the new Naxos clone from French Avenue? No, but I have tried this one. This I did. This is that Opus Magnum, a Royal Tobacco clone or whatever. And Royal Tobacco is hard to clone. I've tried to do a version.
Oh, okay.
It's not good. This is a respectable clone of a really complex fragrance. I was really impressed with that.
Okay.
So it's not as good, but man, for what you pay, this is a French Avenue of that. But I like Naxos now. I got real Naxos. Like, I can't do the clones of it because I've tried the clones and they're good. But when you smell the Xerjoffs, to me, are there's something they do. It's really hard to clone. When you try real Xerjoffs, like the clones, there's something about them Xerjoffs, just the way they transition and stuff. Not saying that Naxos like I had a lot of clones and enjoyed it. Gets you in that ballpark. But once I got real Naxos, like I got to have the real Naxos, the way it transitions and stuff. And I'm finding that way to be with a lot of Xerjoffs for some reason. The clones there's something about the proprietary ingredients they use or something that's just really hard to clone. And another one I got. This is another one. This is from Paris Corner, which I know Michael's not big on Paris Corner, and they're not as good as like that French Avenue. But this is this is a Tony Iommi monkey clone or whatever.
Okay.
I'm not a big monkey fan, but this did pretty good. I like freshened it up. It's like a twist on the DNA. I just wrote content on this. I like it. It's a little bit easier wear than the original. It doesn't perform as good. I don't know. Hopefully it's going to macerate and get better, but I'm going to keep it because a lot of times with these fragrances now, like I don't review them. I just sell them. I don't, if it's good enough for me to, like, I'm not going to review a bad fragrance anymore. I just sell it. So I'm keeping this one and I'm going to review it. So I must like it somewhat.
Lots of patchouli in that one.
Electimus Patchouli Underworld. All right, let me write this down. Patchouli Underworld. I haven't really dove into that house too much or whatever. What's that one, like that Venice one or whatever they got, or that the Venice Cologne one or whatever. I like that one. Jamie wants to try that one. Thoughts on Montel Dark Oud? I don't know about that one. I haven't tried a lot of those Montel Ouds or whatever because they all start getting similar.
Yeah, I don't know about Dark Oud, but the best one that I've tried is called Oud Edition. That might be my favorite Oud fragrance. If you're looking for a Montel Oud, check out Oud Edition, Pop. It is so freaking good, bro. Like,
I got a sample of that because Michael talked about it, and I agree. It's really good. I haven't got a bottle yet. I got a sample. It'll last a while. David wants to know, is Opus Magnum lighter, easy to wear in the summer? It is lighter. It doesn't project as good. Easy to wear. I wouldn't wear Opus Magnum in the summer. I did today when I was testing it for a couple hours. You probably would. It is lighter. It doesn't project as hard. 85% similar. So yes, I guess I would say that it's a little, but don't wear Opus Magnum in the summer. No, David. Wear one of those, where's those Serge Lutens you bought off of me? You don't need Opus Magnum in them, but it would be easier to wear in the summer to answer your question. What is the best Naxos? I've tried a few and the only one. Yeah, I like the one from Alexandria. That's actually one of the better ones I've tried too. Alexandria is usually pretty good. And they do on the Louis Vuittons, they're really good. And for the Xerjoffs, that proprietary thing, they get a little bit closer than like, say, Duas. Dua just, they got those fixatives and they push the performance because Xerjoffs don't necessarily perform that great, but they transit. Yeah, Venice. I really like Imperium Electimus. I wear that one or whatever a lot or whatever. I have that one. I do wear that one. He's going to check it out. And now Jason's asking, do you have a clone of 1 million? I think Matt might have that one. He's got a lot of 1 millions, or at least he did. So I don't know. All right, you're up. Unless you got some more stuff you want to talk about, you're up with the next fragrance.
Let's see. Which one should I go with next? Well, I guess I'll go with this one because it's kind of an interesting story. I wrote off this fragrance at first. I thought it was kind of like meh, very boring, nothing special, and I told you guys not to get it. And now when I show you the dent in this bottle, you're going to be shocked. Look at this. Bulgari Pour Homme. Like, that is a dent. I've been loving this.
As many choices as you have, that's a lot.
I changed my tune on this big time. After just wearing it and experiencing it, this is everything that I loved about the original, but modernized, and just a beautiful aromatic composition. You know, I was judging this maybe on the opening without actually doing the due diligence of wearing it, but for going to the gym, you know, you don't necessarily ever need to wear fragrance to the gym, but when you're an addict like we are and you have so many, you wear fragrance for everything. So this has become a perfect gym scent. Insanely clean, but the aromatics here are just spectacularly blended. You get a little bit of this class and sophistication without going super formal, although you could wear this in a more formal occasion as well. You have to be into these tea fragrances, which I know, Vince, you're not. This might be a little bit boring to you, but people love the way this smells, and this is way more natural than your typical designers right now. A lot of designers are featuring a lot of synthetics and ambroxan, which is fine because I like those as well. One of my favorite blue fragrances, L'Homme Le Parfum, is very synthetic, but this is a different direction. This kind of goes back to the style of a more natural and tea-based type scent that I've been really enjoying. So if you guys are looking for a gym fragrance, this is the best. And if you like tea-based scents, this is really great and way more masculine than like a Oolong Cha, and not as citrusy either. Just focuses on the aromatics in a beautiful way. Bulgari Porum 2024. I think you can get it discounted now. Yeah, I like it way more now than I did originally. So much so that if I had to do one fragrance for life, I think it could be this one. I could just keep this one for life. And I think it's good that it's not a fragrance that I'm super obsessed with. It's kind of like, you know, you don't want to marry the most beautiful woman. You want to marry the one that's like kind of pretty, but that you could actually see yourself with for a long time. That, you know, that you're not overly obsessed with her to where that lust is going to fade. And then maybe, you know, you want like a in between.
That's actually how
you could actually make it
is in dating and all that. Whatever. I always like that kind of strategy right there. I don't want to be completely controlled and lustful, and she's got that big of a pull on me or whatever. I can relate to that strategy. I like that strategy. For me, that's a perfect analogy, and that's for me. That's what works. I like that. But it doesn't always work out like that because you get pulled in by the good one, or sometimes you meet one that's maybe not even at that level, but it's, you know, it's whatever works and it finds or whatever. But I get that strategy. It's funny that you say that. Let me go to the chat and then I'll go to mine or whatever. Let's go back up here. I like that. So Mo's saying, does anybody think Naxos is more for spring and fall, maybe cooler summer nights? I can actually wear Naxos on a hot day. I can wear a lot of these fragrances on a hot day. I just keep the sprays down and they still work for me. Not like David. I'm not wearing Royal Tobacco in the middle of summer, but I will wear a Naxos. Easy for me to pull off on a summer day. I don't find it heavy either. It's a really, it's kind of like 40 knots. It's kind of like a 4-season fragrance for me. I almost feel like 40 knots you can do all 4 seasons if you want. You know, spring and fall are probably better than me, and that's what I think Naxos is for me, spring and fall. But yeah, I can do it. I can do that. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, you could wear it in the summer. I don't think it's like the optimum choice for the summer necessarily, but it's definitely not as rough as maybe, you know, something that's more cloying or more sweet. Like, I think wearing Boston Scent Magnetic in the summer on a hot day is going to be way worse than necessarily wearing Naxos. I do enjoy Naxos. It is a little bit powdery. I mean, a lot of Xerjoffs are. They do have that powdery nature. And it does have a touch of that honey sweetness as well. I enjoy Naxos. I don't really love it, though. I have a 15 ml. I don't really see myself getting another bottle. There's something about the dry down that's really not, that I'm not loving as much. But I think it's a good fragrance, and I could see why people love it. Naxos is really interesting. I don't know if people know this, but it's been out for a long time. And nobody really gave it much love until I believe it was like some German rapper or some artist said that he wore Naxos like 15 years after it's released, and then all of a sudden it became very popular. So it's kind of interesting how sometimes it takes art a long time for people to really appreciate how good it is.
No, I hadn't heard that. That's interesting. So not so famous YouTuber Spence is here. What's up, Son of Day? Mind Games Checkmate. I just looked that one up. That one looks interesting. I haven't heard anybody talk about that one. It's got rose, champagne, fruity patchouli, floral, tobacco, aldehydic, sweet, citrus, earthy. Very interesting. Should I try that one, Spence? Should I put that on my list? I just wrote it down. What do you think on that one? Michael, hold up your mind game. Show Spence. You got a mind game. Show him.
I mean, I don't got to flex on Spence because if we start going tit for tat, it's going to be game over for me real quick. I have one. But yeah, this is the one I got, Spencer. The most boring one. But it's the one that fits my life. Like, I have a 10 ml of Jadoob, but it's like I can't wear a Jadoob every day. So a 10 ml is going to be good for me, but Jadoob is really, really good. Yeah, they have a lot of good ones. Gambit is a really good one if you like fougères and you want something, you know, a little bit more classy, that's a really good one. And I mean, they have really endless great fragrances. There's an argument for them being a little overpriced. I mean, you're paying for the kind of bottle and the brand, but that's how the fragrance game goes. So
Spence has got an insane collection or whatever. He's
yeah,
got
yeah.
bangers. You don't want to try to go toe to toe with him.
You guys think I'm bougie?
Yeah, dude, I love it, man. If I was in that position, I'd be doing the same thing. It's awesome, dude. I love it, man. And he's got a real passion for him. Obviously, the amount of money he's dropping down to research, he's nuts about them, just like we are. So Green says you can wear Naxos in the summer, just go easy with the sprays. Yeah, Sven, Jason saying hi. Oh yeah, back to I skipped that. Sorry, Rick. Anybody smells this Ceylon or Xerjoff Ether? I looked both these up because he was asking me about these, and these both look interesting, actually. Xerjoff has a deep, deep library, man.
Oh, yeah, endless.
Xerjoff forever. These both look excellent. I've already looked these up. He's wondering if anybody's tried them. Spence might be one who's tried those. If you see this, Spence, and hear this, have you tried those? Ceylon is good. Harry's already saying it. If you enjoy oud. I don't know that he loves oud. I do. If you like, he will knit out. I'm going to try that, Mind Games. Check it out. Okay, I'm going to. Portrait of a Lady. I love Portrait of a Lady, Mo. That could be my favorite rose fragrance too. I don't know. I like so many of these rose ouds. You could argue that Neff's is a rose fragrance. It's got rose in it.
Oh, for sure it is. For me, it is. That's why I didn't
Portrait of a Lady I love that whole desert line from Frederick Mall. I love Must Ravageur. That's one of my top tier houses too. Is Frederick Mall, and I like how he puts the perfumer name on it. All that, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'd really love to try those. Dominique Ropion is, I think, my favorite perfumer, so I definitely want to.
I thought it was Cecile Zarokian.
No, she's one of my favorites, but Dominique Ropion is probably my number one.
Speaking of Cecile Zarokian, that's my next one. This is hers. Material from Amouage. This is kind of like a Grand Soir with a twist, and I like Grand Soir. I'd rather wear this, though. It's amber, vanilla, balsamic, some spices. It dries down with some patchouli notes. Love this. Another Amouage, kind of slept on. You can get this one pretty cheap, too. It's kind of listed as a feminine. People think, I don't think it's feminine at all. It's easy for me to pull off. I'd say it's unisex down the middle. So, yeah, I love this one. This is a great one. I love all Amouage, but this is a real easy to get into Amouage. This is not challenging at all. If you think it's a little more challenging than Grand Soir, which isn't challenging to me. It's got a little bit more spices and stuff, but loving this one. If you think about it, Spence, throw down some of your top roses. Like if you can't pick a favorite, throw down some top ones. I'm going to check out that rose and 101. I can't do what Spence is doing with the live stream. That's just too much work and I'm not going to do all that or whatever. I'm going to keep it real basic. But I love what Spence is doing there, and he's doing it because he likes doing it. Trying to figure that out. David's saying, "Pop, it's so good thing." Radical Rose. I haven't tried Radical Rose. I've been hearing good things about that. I'm going to write this down. I got a big list started here. Spence, is Radical Rose good? Have you tried that? Mall Vetiver Extraordinaire. Okay, I'm going to write that one down. I have not tried that. I got a lot to go through in the house of Mall Vetiver Extraordinaire. I got a lot of fragrances in Rosia I still want to go through. I've been actually getting a lot of 10 mLs of Rosia. I find deals in these Facebook groups and stuff, and legit people that have big Rosia collections. You can get a lot better deals that way on rare Rosias. If you just go on ScentSplit or something, I can get a 10 milliliter or if I pay for a 2 milliliter there practically or whatever. And it's legit. I mean, this one lady, she even shows me the syringes she uses. She doesn't cross-contaminate her syringes as she pours them. She shows me like, look, see, I threw these syringes away. Like I don't use the same, I don't cross-contaminate or whatever. And that's ships it like unreal service with some of these people. There's so many good people in this fragrance community, and you meet them in these Facebook groups and you're selling with fragrances and dealing with these people because it's based on honor system and stuff a lot. There's a lot of honor systems. So I met a lot of good people. Now there's some scoundrels out there. You got to watch out for them too. But I've been really lucky so far. I haven't got burnt. I've got somewhat burnt, but nothing really bad so far. I've met more good people than bad. So there's that.
Have you tried Midsummer Dream or Manhattan? Either one of those?
Both. Yeah. Midsummer Dream's definitely not for me. It's interesting. I like the artistry. It's a no-go. I have a 10 milliliter. I'll never go through that. Manhattan, I like a little bit more, but that's still not one of my favorite Rosias. But a lot of people love Manhattan, and a lot of people like Midsummer Dream. I'll be surprised if you like Midsummer Dream. It's worth trying, though, but I would just get a little decant. Manhattan, a good 5 milliliter, you probably like it enough to go through that. I would at least try it. It's a good fragrance.
Those are the ones on my radar from them.
Let's see. I'm gonna write these down with because I think he was talking about this Sab from Swar Sab. Yeah, he was talking about this Sahara. I looked it up. African Rose. Yeah, I like that too. Roses on Ice. Alexandria 2 Anniversary. I didn't know there was an Anniversary Alexandria 2.
Yeah,
So
I could see you liking the Memo fragrances a lot. Their style, I think you'd really
yeah, I do.
enjoy.
I like
Yeah.
African leather. I have that one, and I got a 10 mil of African Rose. I like it. It's just African leather with rose. What's not to like about that?
Yeah.
Checkmate, is it Checkmate? Yeah, I'm going to try that Checkmate. As soon as I look that up when you said that or whatever, I'm going to definitely try that. All right, if you got one, Michael.
Yeah, so this one is kind of an interesting story. I ran into Neeb in Venice Beach, and he hooked me up with a bottle of Zandal, and no cap, but it's all good. This is way better than I could have anticipated. So this one has what I thought initially was a champagne note, and to me, it does smell like champagne. I believe the note is rum, but you definitely get that booziness, and kind of shocked me because I'm not really into boozy fragrances necessarily. Like By the Fireplace, or I mean, not By the Fireplace, but Jazz Club is what I meant to say. And there's like that Angel Share, not Angel Share. Sorry, I'm fumbling my words right now. What's the other Killian? Apple Brandy on the Rocks. That's the one that people really like. That's boozy. Yeah, that style is really not for me. So when I tried this one, I was really shocked in how much I enjoyed it. Vanilla and rum kind of smells like champagne to my nose, but fantastic quality for like $50, and didn't have high expectations with this brand or whatever, French Avenue. They're like a clone house, whatever, and I'm bougie. So I was like, how good could this be? But I love this. I've been wearing this a lot, and it's excellent. You don't really find too many champagne note fragrances that pull it off really well with the vanilla. So love the blend here. I think it's excellent. I think it's his best one. So
Yeah,
if you guys want like a good
one.
boozy vanilla champagne type thing on the cheap with good quality, legitimately good quality.
Oh, real good quality.
This is solid.
I didn't get mine from Aromatics though. Like he's not handing me any free fragrances or whatever. I don't have George Saharoff giving me free fragrances or whatever. That's good now. I'm glad you are good. I'm not jealous at all. It's not a hate.
Hey man, you gotta take what you can get in this life,
Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I'm happy for you actually. I'm glad you're getting it. If it ain't going to be me, it might as well be you. You know what I mean? I'd rather it be you than somebody I don't even know. So the next one I got, I've been getting a lot of these. I've got actually quite a few of these. I'm just going to talk about this one now because I got it up here. Yeah,
God,
I
it's
love
good.
that patchouli with that.
It's crazy.
It's crazy good.
Yeah.
It's crazy good.
It's like a niche fragrance for $50.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a niche fragrance for $50. It's beyond some niche fragrances to me or whatever. It's high-end designer, at least like Dior quality or whatever to me, at least, if not high-end. If you like, I don't even love vanilla fragrances or whatever, but I've got all the aromatics ones so far that's been released, and that's my favorite one. And I like them all. But I've been getting a lot of these Jeremy fragrances or whatever. Like people hate on him, and he's got a bunch of these new ones out, and I've got them all. I've got the mint. There's what else? What's the other one? The rose. Now I got the incense or whatever. This one's real incense heavy. There's a little bit of oud in this. It's just like a designer oud. There's a ginger note in this, but the incense note in here is really high quality. Every one of these, like the mint and the mint one, is really high quality. Just the frankincense, wherever he sourced it from, is really good in here. It's deep dark. You've smelled stuff like this before. It's not mind blowing, but I got this for like $50, so I'm happy with it for $50. I think I got it for $40. A guy actually bought it for $60 and sold it to me for $40. Actually, he turned it over. A regular guy I buy from. He paid $60 and then sold it to me for $40. Turned it around, so I think I got this one for $40 from him or whatever, because I was having a hard time finding this one. So really good. It's not mind blowing. You've smelled stuff like this or whatever, but if you wore it, you'd be like, this is a really good incense note. Really good, and it's well blended. And I think the line's going under, so I'm trying to snag all these I can in these groups because these people they're like wholesalers. They get a hold of these, and it's definitely legit. And so I'm trying to pick up all these I can at a good price while I can. So I'm kind of addicted to this Facebook group buying now, which is not necessarily a good thing, but at least these have a return on value. The stuff I'm buying, like if I want to sell it, I can get it. Like a lot of these duos, these clones, when I turn these duos and clones around, they just don't hold the value. You get nothing back basically.
Yeah.
All right, let me go back to the chat a little, and then Manhattan Rocks, Rosia DNA, Tobacco, and Smooth. Did you seeing that? What David's saying about Manhattan? He's telling you about it.
Yeah, I want to get my nose on that.
Yeah, you should try at least a 5 milliliter of that one. I would get a real small decan of that. The other one. Yeah, pop. That's a pop scent right there. That's a pop kind of scent right there. That one we just talked about. Royal Mayfair. Oh man, Royal Mayfair. I went back to that. It is so good. Laham a la Rose are good ones too. I've been wanting to try that Laham a la Rose. Dua has a version of it in FK. Let me write that down. I've been wanting to try Laham a la Rose. Sven has a lot of fragrance knowledge. I think he has.
Sven is too. Yeah, Sven is very legit.
Out. Have a good night. He's out. Great live fragrance stream, Vince. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you. Yeah. Let's see. Top notes: Manifesto bourbon, vanilla caviar. Yeah, it's got like 50 kinds of vanilla in it. Yeah.
There's our guy.
He's even wearing it now. I'm going back to it. All right, you're up if you're ready, brother.
Yeah. So this next one, it's kind of crazy to me, but I don't even know what the deal with this fragrance is. If it's ever going to come out, I want to know what they're doing. Like, if anybody knows anybody at Victor and Rolf, ask them what the hell they're doing. Because I've had this for a couple months already, and it's so good, but I don't know why they're not releasing it. It's summer. This is perfect for the summer. Metallic musk. It's the one that I've been wearing the most out of the line. I think it's my favorite of the line, to be honest. And I kind of hate telling you guys that because you can't even get it. So it's like I'm really flexing on you. You can't even buy this if you want. Yeah.
I want that one. I'm going to get that one if it ever comes into retail. I'm getting it.
I know we need to do a swap, and I actually need to. I'll ask you later, but I need some tips on decanting because last time I did it with Randy, it was just a disaster, and I need to up my game on that. But
yeah, I can tell you, it's cheap and it's easy. Yeah, I can tell you, it's nothing to it. You could easily handle it.
But yeah, this one I loved right away. You get that same original DNA, but yeah, you get more muskiness. Not really metallic. You guys probably have heard about this one, but when this comes out, get your nose on it and try it. Hopefully this will come out. I don't know. Like, it's been so long. I've had this for months. Randy's had it for like 7 months. And part of me is like, maybe they're not going to come out with it. I think maybe they're delaying the release because a lot of the people who have the bottles, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the labels, they kind of have bubbles in them, which is maybe why we were able to get these bottles before, because they're kind of fucked up on the labels. But I don't care. Really, I mean, it doesn't look as nice, but whatever.
I'm not that picky either. I can handle that.
Yeah, so whatever. I really love the scent though. It lasts a long time.
Is good. That's the main thing.
Great performance. Get the spices, but this one is wearable, everyday type stuff. Spicy, fresh, modern fougere, I guess.
I'm a Spice Bomb
really
fan.
Nice.
So I got like all of them, so I need to get that one or whatever. I'm going to get it. If it never comes out, I guess I'm never going to get it. But I'm sure at some point it's going to come out. I'm not sure what is going on with that. Joel's in here. I just looked up this one. He's wearing this Ultramar Boys 1920. It's got some tea and rhubarb in it. I really like rhubarb in fragrances. I've come to figure out. It's got some lime and lemon off the top, some florals in it. Dries down musky, woods, amber. Really looks interesting. I haven't really messed with any of the Boys 1920, but I've seen Joel has quite a few from that line or whatever. So
I'm close to blind buying the Spigo, which is supposed to be a good lavender one that he told me about. And Joel has not missed yet. Like, out of anybody who's recommending me fragrances, the ones that I blind bought, 0 misses with Joel. And to be honest, I've only had one with you. Otherwise, you're like right number 2, right under Joel, as far as like I respect what you're recommending or whatever. But yeah, Joel has got good taste.
Stan, I had Stan get that one too. I was so high on it. I think he liked it a little bit more than you, but not a whole lot more. And Spence, I got a Javoy. I got a 10 milliliter of a Javoy Psychedelic. That's the one I'm getting. So I am getting a Javoy too. And I got the Pica de Llama from you. I got that. I like that. I like Pica.
Oh, you tried that one?
It's interesting.
Okay.
But I'm curious. I'm going to go into more Javoy, but I'm going to start out with Psychedelic because that was an easy, affordable one to find and get into it. But I'm going to get into this Boys House too a little bit more. I actually had a good. Kel Smells was trying to trade me a Boys. It looked pretty interesting, but I don't know. I didn't go for it. I wanted the cash, so I didn't take it. But he had an interesting one. So, let's see. So Joel Sven went crazy and did 8 sprays a day. That's probably a lot on that one, though, right? I'm guessing that one performs pretty good if it's for those boys. Underrated house. Sven's familiar with that house. He says it's underrated. Okay, here we go. Sven's, he's got your answer. They recalled this Spice Bomb type because they have 10% rat feces in every bottle.
Oh, shit.
That's the musk. Is that rat feces you're smelling? So
it smells great. Give me more rat feces.
He's saying Spigo is a fresh summer lavender. I got away. I used to smell lavender and wear essential oil lavender. So when I got into fragrances, like lavender was starting to get boring to me, but I came full circle. I'm back into lavender fragrances a lot now. So, and I'm really excited to try some of these Javoy houses, because that is one you hear a lot of really people that have really nice collections talk about that house of Javoy, and Spence was talking about it on his live. So I want to dig into it. What are you laughing at, Michael? You look like
I'm laughing at the rat poop. I think that's so crazy. And I'm like, okay, these definitely are going to go from a premium because people are going to want the rat feces bottles. I'm like going to sell this for like $400. I already know there's like some freaks.
You got one with a bug in it. One of your fragrances had a bug in it. You still have that fragrance?
Let me see if it's still alive. It was actually the Gris Charnel clone that started the Gris Charnel obsession. Let's see if he's still in there. Oh, yeah. He is.
You got him a bug.
He's immortalized in there. My light's kind of. Let me see if I can get him. He's in there. It's a bug, but yeah, this is actually a really good clone of Gris Charnel. This is a really good clone.
I have
after owning the real thing. The opening's a little like rough as they are with these clone brands, but 5 minutes later in the air, I actually wore this just to like see how close it is the other day, and it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, a lot of the clones are missing the first 5 minutes and then the mids and dry. It's still a clone win to me. If you're just missing the first 5 minutes, it's a nice clone. You're getting ballpark of the fragrance. Obviously, the opening is so fun. It's nice to have a good opening.
They nailed it. I mean, that's Gris Charnel.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, I picked up another Serge Luton. It's not that easy to find, but I found it in the Facebook group again. This lady was selling these incredible ones. I just didn't want to spend the money. She had some real super rare ones, bangers, but they were just so pricey. But I ended up getting this one from her. This is translated, it's the Devil's Lair, but it's La Couche Diablo. It's kind of like the other one I just talked about. It's real spicy, hot, amber, woody. It's got these cinnamon, musky, sugary, pink pepper type notes with a lot of cinnamon. It's kind of another Christmassy smell, sort of in the vein of the other one I just held up, but a little bit different, a little spicier, a little rougher to wear. The Devil's Lair is a good term for this one ever, but I like this one. This is another one that's going to get a lot of run once like Thanksgiving and Halloween and the holidays come in. This will be getting some run. So another rare Serge Lutens that I didn't know I was going to run into and be able to pick up easy. So real happy to get more of these. Now what are we laughing about, Michael?
I'm just still laughing about the rat poop. I'm like, wow. Thanks, Spence, for ruining metallic musk for me, man. Now I'm just gonna be thinking about how I'm wearing like rat shit every time I'm spraying it.
He's asking, Swen's asking, did your metallic musk bottles leak? All those Victor and Rolf leaks. I've had some leak.
It did in the beginning, but now it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, these bottles are not the best in the world. They're kind of tacky and a little cheap, but it is what it is.
I like them. I'm still getting. They are tacky. I still like them. I'm a fan.
They look cool.
I even like the little pool pin. I like the way they smell. I really like that green one or whatever that one is in the spring.
Yeah,
I like that.
I love Night Vision EDP. I love it.
Joel's going to dig into Javoy in the fall. They probably got a lot of fall scents. I'm pretty ignorant on the house, so I can't say. Master Splinter Accord. Hey, Spence, so does Taco Bell. Well, also want some Alhambra. I've tried a couple Alhambras and I like the ones I got. David's got to run. Thank you, Vince and Michael. Thanks for stopping in. That bug has dino DNA. Run for the border in a bathroom. Yeah, if you're going to Taco Bell, you're going to the bathroom right afterwards. Most of my Taco Bell runs when I was drinking a lot, it'd be a Taco Bell run after drinking a lot. So they're definitely sometimes going to the bathroom with both ends. It didn't sit good. I used to drink that much or I'd be throwing up or whatever many times. Like, that's crazy that I drank that much or whatever. I did a lot of that. The coochie, you sly dog, you. Spence saying Luton's is a great house. Yeah, I like it. Spence, what's your favorite perfume cap for smelling out of? Are you out here smelling out of caps, Spence? I know you ain't spraying in no caps, Spence. Don't be doing that to those bottles you got. And
he only sprays the cap, and that's it. He doesn't use any more than that.
All right, if you're ready for your next one.
Yeah. Let's see. I got a couple more here. I'll go with this one. I've been really loving this one. I love mint, I've noticed, and this is kind of my go-to. This is a great affordable mint fragrance, guys. If you want to smell like a mojito, I love the whole transition of this too. The opening has got that really bright citrus effervescence that you look for, and then it dries down. You get more of this like herbal, leafy green type feel from it too, without ever going to be really too challenging. This is probably the least challenging of the house. Obviously, I'm a big Freshie guy, as you guys can tell, Cali boy. But I really love the whole mojito concept of a fragrance, smelling like a mojito, and the mint leaf concept. I really enjoy that style of green, because green can be, fougere. It can be a little bit more mature sometimes. It can be like an earthy kind of green type scent, or you can have, really bubbly, sparkly green as well. And that is what this falls into. Uh, Great quality from this brand for not too much money. The good value again, and yeah, excellent for the casual lifestyle. Also great for the gym, and something that's a little bit different. Not the typical woody kind of aromatic and citrus combo of like a Mano Fresh or an Aqua de Jo. These scent profiles that we've maybe worn out, and we still want something that fresh, but done in a different way. So really beautiful mint fragrance here, and doesn't have that toothpaste smell that sometimes minty fragrances can have. I don't get any of that here. So love the blend here. Big fan of this one.
Yeah, you've got a few from that house now, don't you? How many do you have from that house?
This is the only one I own. I have tried most of them. I did get you can try them all for not that much. I think it's like $30, and there's,
I think you did that on a live, didn't you? You went through them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them are a little strange and challenging, but there are a couple that were standouts. They have a good champagne one called Remarkable People, and they have
I got that one. You told me you talked about that one. I got a 5 milliliter that one. I like it. I don't know that I'm going to get a bottle. I like it.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna finish this bottle. I'm gonna buy 100 ml, but that would be the other one that I would buy if I was gonna pick up one from this house.
Yeah, I like it. I just have so many fragrances, and I've been talking about this, and this is the next one I'm going to talk about. But I just want to show you, like, I keep talking about this house, but I'm putting my money where my mouth, and these are all I've got from the house. So this is this Francisca.
Yeah, I want to try
whatever. There's 2. Look, and I got 3 more on the way. They just haven't got here yet. Here's 2. Here's 2. Here's another one. All these are from that house, and I got 3 more on the way. And these are all samples. I've kind of went through the house. So David turned me onto this house too. So this is probably my favorite house right now. I got this over Sir Zoot and everybody, this Francisca Bianchi. So yeah, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm buying all these from this house, and they're affordable too. You can get pretty good prices on these. They're not super expensive. If you get them on Old Factory or somewhere, it's pretty decent. But the fragrance I'm going to talk about next is talking about tacky bottles. You're talking about the 1 million and all that. Or like you were talking about the Spice Bomb bottles. So 1 million, these tacky bottles. I finally got this 1 million Royal. I was too cheap. This was always kind of pricey. So I didn't want to spend $100 or more on it, a 1 million. But I found one in the group. I got a deal in the group. I think I paid like $60 for this thing. Warm, spicy, aromatic, amber, woody. It's got a little bit of like Middle Eastern vibe to it, but not what I'm used to, because I go really Middle Eastern.
Yeah, no, I'm watching.
I like this one. I like this one a lot. This is actually one of my favorite one. So I had a really good clone, that Najim clone from Fragrance Art. It's almost identical. I did many side by sides. That's why I held off on getting it too. But finally, when this came up in the group, I pulled the trigger. And, I even like these dumb bottles. I don't know. I like the way they spray. Even the sprayer people, I like everything about it. I even like the way they look displayed. They are tacky. They are cheesy, though. I agree.
Yeah. I like the 1 million bottles. That one's good. I tried that one. I really enjoyed that one. I don't know if I'll get a bottle, but I did like the way it smelled. But I really like the 1 million cologne bottle. I love this fragrance. Most people don't really care for this one. This is my favorite rose fragrance.
I haven't tried that one yet. I want to try that one. It's kind of pricey.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going for now. This is my second bottle. I bought this a couple months ago, and I found mine on eBay from, I think, Forever Lux, or one of those legit sellers. It was only like $50 for the 75 ml, but this one is so slept on, and most people won't care for this one. But if you're more into fragrances like the people here, you might really, really love this one. And I think give this one a chance. It's so different than everything that's coming out today. And this one is kind of like Invictus Aqua with this dusty rose combo going on. And I don't even really wear rose fragrances, but man, there's something amazing about this one. I wore it yesterday. I was like, God, I love this. This was my signature scent when I was in my early 20s, when I just moved out to LA. This was the only fragrance I had, and I didn't even really love it.
That's out there for $50.
It was when I bought it months ago. I can look for you and see if I can find that same dealer.
I only found it on like Macari, and it was kind of high priced the last time you talked about it or whatever. So it's kind of high price.
Yeah, check out eBay. That's where I got this one. Just make
Okay.
sure it's a legit seller or whatever.
I want to try it.
Yeah.
I would just like to have it as a collection. But finish your thoughts. I interrupted you. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good. But yeah, I love the bottle. This is the only one that has a cap. But yeah, my mom got this for me when I was like maybe 20 or 21. I just moved out to LA and I was rocking this in my early 20s. And it was just funny. I oversprayed one time, and the only time I've ever had anybody kind of say anything negative in my life about a fragrance was at some bar, and I was wearing this, and it was, this stuff pumps. This has crazy good performance, crazy good longevity. It's way stronger than Invictus Aqua as far as longevity and projection and all that. But yeah, my favorite rose fragrance, one of the only really rose dominant fragrances I rock with. It's like a freshwater Turkish rose. So it's not as heavy. But
a watery rose, then. I love watery roses.
Very, very. It's like Invictus Aqua with a fresh watery rose and kind of dusty.
Monaco has one called Hazy Rose. It's really, it's a watery rose. I really like a watery rose.
Yeah, people hate on this one, but this one is so effing good. Like this one is so underappreciated, and I think it's an amazing fragrance. So I really love this one. I think you'll like it too, because you're into these more interesting scent profiles, and this is definitely pretty interesting. Very impressive from like a designer, but a throwback.
I got 1 millions. I need that one too. You know what I mean? If I'm kind of getting a collection of them, I got to get that one in there. I got to find that one. So Joe corrected me here. Alhambra, not Alhambra or whatever. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know there was two companies, to be honest with you. So it must be Old Spice, Matt. Somebody get me a little sample of a vintage Old Spice recently. It was really good. Retention stream in full effect. We can get back to that retention stuff.
Oh no, we're not talking about that again.
Let's see. You nice. I rocked it 2 weeks ago. You or someone like you, nice. Rocked it 2 or 1 like. Yeah, I tried that one too. That one's favorite retention scent. Don't do Neffs. Neffs, you are not. Speaking of mojito, Matt, Patchouli Mojito by Blend Graffi is a nice mojito fragrance. All right, writing that one down. I never even heard of Blend Graffi. I like patchouli, so man, I got a big list of stuff here. I hope none of these turn into a bunch of samples, because I'm going to have expensive. This is going to be expensive stream. They got some freaky ones up on the site. Nice, thanks. These bottles look like, those look like nail polish. You fancy, huh, Vince? No, not really that fancy. Fancier than I used to be. Not at the Spence level. I don't want to get to Spence level. I can't do that. I'm not doing that. I shouldn't even be doing what I'm doing now. It's just a crazy level I'm doing. I have 1 million nice stuff. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Rick had backup bottles, so a lot of my 1 millions I got off of Rick or whatever, his backup bottles. Rick's got all of them, I think. The 1 million clone is good. I think it's the only one that Vince does not have. Yeah, that is true, Rick. I got to get that one. I'm going to have to get that one. Rick says it's good too. Oh, that Dusty Rose that you're talking about is from cat feces too. You got to thank for rat feces, apparently.
I need more of those. Spence, give me some recommendations.
Yeah. 1 million elixir. I have 1 million elixir. Any 1 million is worth getting to me. You cannot name a 1 million I do not like. That actually, I don't have that new one yet. I wasn't sold on that latest release. What do they call it? The Parfum or something. I haven't got that one or whatever. I'll get it eventually, but that one was very underwhelming, and I hate to say that. 1 million cologne, $89 for 125 milliliter. Okay, not bad. eBay, 125, 89. Okay. Not great. I don't love that price. I'd like
try to find a 75. I like the look of the 75s more than the one.
I know what I can get in the group for $90. That's the thing, how I look at it now. So like if I'm buying 1 million for $90, plus I'm gonna pay tax and shipping possibly, I know what I can get in the group for $90. There's Facebook. I can get a nice fragrance for $90 in those Facebook groups. So that's how I look at everything now. So it's going to be hard for me to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, I want to send you some stuff, so that'll be one that I include. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I do want to send you some stuff.
1 million absolutely gold, also deluxe rose. It is. I love 1 million gold. Great fragrance. Those eBay frags are probably from China. And yeah, I don't buy it. Hey, I'm more of a Macari guy, but if you watch your seller like he does, you're all right.
Yeah, you got to look into that.
Yeah, you got to watch your seller. Agreed. I'm real picky on seller. Even on these Facebook groups, you got to really watch your sellers, man. Because there's so many fakes out there now. Even these silly, stupid clone fragrances, they got fakes of it. Like you wouldn't think, but they are, man. It's crazy. And you'll get a fake, and it even smells crappy for a fake. So, Jason V, not Rich. Spence is the wrench guy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Spence is up there. I don't know how much. I know Jason Virtue's balling too, though. But it's hard to say. They're both top tier individuals, that's for sure. And I'm not jealous. I'm happy for them. That's awesome. I'd love to be successful and buy a bunch of fragrances and have the money to do that or whatever. I'm pretty successful to get to the point where I'm at and have what I got. I feel really blessed to be able to blow money on all this crap, that I don't need or whatever. So I feel really fortunate, just to be where I'm at or whatever. But these guys are next level. Jason and Joel. Joel's apparently next level too, because he's got an insane collection.
Joel is interesting because I think it's so funny that he doesn't sample. He just blind buys only. I think that's so funny. I love that.
That's funny. You're up next if you're ready, man.
Yeah, sure. I think I only have one more, but yeah, I just have one more. But I actually have a fragrance coming today at 10 ml that I'm pretty excited about. It's by Donna Sintesi Hilde, something like that. It's a weird name, but it was one that I tried at the scent bar. And I was just looking through the collection, and I was like, yeah, I think I've won the fragrance game. Like, I think I have every type of fragrance that I could ever possibly want, right? Thank God. But I was realizing I don't actually have a banana scent. And I was talking to a perfumer who goes to the meetups. This guy, he goes by SunScent. Soraya, I think his name is SunScent. He's a very knowledgeable and cool guy. And he was telling me about how difficult it is to make a banana fragrance. And that was one of the things he was struggling with. So he's interested to try. And he's a kind of a gourmand guy as well. And he showed me this one banana fragrance. We tried a couple different ones, and it blew my mind. It was really good. Donna Hilde, Sintesa, something like that. But that comes today. I'm excited about trying that. But yeah, I know that CH Passion also kind of had a banana smell, but I think this one is going to be a good 10 ml to start with. You may want to check that out if you want to try banana fragrance. It's kind of an interesting note. But anyway, this is another kind of one you're going to find kind of boring, but I've just been really shocked at how much I enjoy this one. I'm a little upset because I knew that if I'd buy this, I would never wear the Intense, and that's kind of what's happened. I just like this more than the Intense. It's a little bit, I guess, fresher and more on the citrus. I still love the Intense, but this one is really underrated, and you can get this 125 ml. I think I got this for like $35. I really love the look of this bottle too. I think this design is really beautiful. Every time I see it, I'm like, yo, I love the way that looks. This is perfect for summer on a hot day, and you could spray a lot and really just kind of got passed on. People, just because it's not like the most different scent profile in the world, it is similar to the O Intense, just maybe a cleaned up, modernized version of it. But this is amazing, and this is something you could wear every day and really enjoy the way it wears. If you enjoy citrus fragrances, good quality here, good blend here. Vince is going to think this is boring, but I think it's amazing, especially if you enjoy citrus and you don't own the Intense and you want a little bit of light blue in your life. This is the one to go with. Really like this one. Have you tried this one, Vince?
Yeah, in the stores, when I go into Sephora, I've sprayed it a lot or whatever. I actually sold most of my that whole line or whatever. I had a lot from that line. As you say, I just kind of I don't really want to smell like that too much. I need a little bit more going on to keep me engaged or whatever. I can understand. It's a nice scent. You smell clean. Everybody likes it. It's mass profile. But I even had a few rare those from that line that I got rid of, like that. What's that one with the real grindy grapefruit? I sold that one.
Oh, yeah.
That one got on my nerves, actually. First, I thought it was great, and I would wear it. Two or three other rare ones I had. I've only got a couple left from that line or whatever, and they're not bad fragrances. It's not really what I want to smell like anymore. You know what I mean? But I do like the way they smell. I know I won't reach for them. You know what I mean? They'll just kind of sit there. So
yeah,
really just blue fragrances in general. I'm not really gonna reach for a whole lot. You know what I mean? Just a generic blue. I still have some though, and when I wear them, it's like, this still smells good, and I don't know why I don't reach for it, but
Polo Deep Blue.
I got too many other choices. You know what I mean?
You love Polo Deep Blue. I know you love that one.
I still like that one. Yeah, that one. And I wore a Polo that when I shot that video. I wear the fragrances and spray them on me when I did like that last summer. When I wore Polo Deep Blue on my wrist or whatever part of the day. I usually wear part of the day each of those so I can kind of gather my thoughts. And I still like that Polo Blue Parfum. I really like that one. That was a fun wear. I really enjoyed wearing that one for a little. I was like, man, I got so many fragrances I can't get around to wearing these, you know.
All right, I had someone chase me down for Polo Deep Blue Parfum. I've never had that happen before. Someone chased me down.
there's some kind of note in that that just really strikes a chord with me. And I don't go nose blind to that one either. So like I'm smelling it the whole time, especially if I spray back here, I don't get it in my chest. You know what I mean? Like most fragrances, if I spray them back here, it just kind of goes through the air. I get wafts of it all day. I'm tempted if I spray it here, but it's not the best thing for me. If I put it back here, I just get the wafts and I get it all day. But you kind of want to smell it. So a lot of times I'm like, I got to smell this. You know what I mean? And I throw it on the front. But yeah, I have been doing more to my hair and the back, and it makes the scent last on. But even if I spray that one here, for whatever reason, I think most people probably go nose blind to that Polo Deep Blue scent profile, that Ambroxan stuff. But on that one, whatever they're using, I can smell it the whole time. And that's what I like. I don't want to go nose blind. I hate going nose blind, actually. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
My last two I've been digging in. A guy I'm a mod in one of these Facebook groups now, too. So in case you didn't know, I'm a moderator in one of these Facebook groups, the Cheapy group or whatever. I'm a mod. So, and I'm a group expert in the Do a Dudes too. If you didn't know that,
fragrance fraternity mod too.
Expert. So, in case you didn't know that, but one of these guys, he's the guy that runs the group. I sold him an Ahmad Al Makribi. I got rid of a lot of my Ahmad Al Makribis, and so he started getting into these higher end, and he's got the whole Ahmad Al. He went nuts. I think he's got some kind of ADHD stuff like I got. He gets hyper fixated on stuff, and he's ran through the whole house. With last house, he went through Mancera and Montal. He got everything. Now he's going through Ahmad Al Makribi, and now he's selling some of his Montal. And actually, I bought a fragrance from him today. What did I buy? I can't think of the name of it. Anyways, I go blank when you get old. But Ahmad Al Makribi, I got these two right here. This one's called Aya. This is in their higher end one. This is like if you don't get a deal, it's like $100 one, and it's worth $100, but you can find deals. I got this for like $50 on one of the discount sites. This one's just called Oud and Rose, and that's all this one is. It's just a really nice rose, though. The rose they use in this, it's kind of a masculine rose, and the oud is just really like a high end oud. It's not a cheap smell. It's just really like a woody oud. And then this one here, it's got the top notes. I'll read some of these notes to you. It's got tropical fruits, tangerine, and rose for the top. Heart is sandalwood, rose, orange blossom. Base is Malaysian oud, Indian oud, Vietnamese oud, musk, and ambroxan. Really very interesting scent profile and very expensive smelling. It's hard for me to believe that at this price point, they got 3 real ouds in there as they're naming off, but really nice scent profile. And this one's a little cheaper. He kept going on about how good this one was. So it's like, all right, another rose, but I got it. And it's like, you're right, man. That does smell good. And I got he's got me a big list. But I haven't got them yet. Amberful, that's the one I got today off of him. I bought his Amberful. Do you guys like Amberful? I bought that off of him today. Mancera Amberful. I like Amberful. I like Ganymede. Amberful is like a more like wearable Ganymede to me. So I bought his Amberful today. That's the one I bought.
Yeah, if you like Ganymede, you'll probably like Amberful.
Yeah, I already have a 5 milliliter, and my 5 milliliters, I just never think to reach for them because they're little and they kind of get tucked in the back, so they just kind of sit there. And I got a lot of good fragrances there. So if I have a big Amberful bottle, I know, okay, I'll reach for that more. You know what I mean? It won't get caught in the. Let's catch up on comments and we'll wrap this up. We've been on here a while. I'm sure you're ready to get out of here. All right, the new and gold rat feces pays the bills. Born to stand out, Nanotopia is what Anna sent. Banana, of course, 3% rat piss mixed with yellow dye. He's still on you about the rat. All right, bottle Summer Vibe. Need the bottle now. That bottle is cool on that one. I do like that bottle. Pretty. Yeah. Ratatouille ain't got shit on it. Are they new Asian rat or just urban rat? Yeah, I think that's cool. Thoughts on Banana Pour Hum, the one that comes in the Vor box? What do you think of that one?
That's an interesting one. So I wasn't too high on it on first, but it kind of grew on me. I do like it. It's kind of powdery. It's a gentlemanly type scent. I'm not sure if it's a fougere. I think it is technically like a neo fougere type thing. It's got a little bit of tobacco. It's quite powdery though, so you have to be okay with that. And it's like a classy type scent, like elegant, gentlemanly. I do enjoy the dry down a little bit more than the opening. And yeah, it's a good fragrance. It's just not one that I'm like constantly reaching towards or, constantly being like, oh, I really want to, I crave it. There's just certain fragrances that after a while you just crave to wear them. And that's not really one. That's just kind of one there. It's like, it's solid. It's a really great fragrance. There are going to definitely be some people that rock it and consider it like a signature scent and have a lot of memories with it because it is one that was very popular with, maybe the generation before me. And I think it's great. It's just not like a standout. I think if you can scoop it up for a good price, it's worth owning. And you may find that you enjoy it from time to time. It just doesn't blow your mind. It's kind of a signature scent, everyday type of powdery, gentlemanly, neo fougere type with a little bit of tobacco, and it's nice. It's nice. I like it.
Joel's talking about Herfa and Koff are too good. I have those two. Those are good. I agree. Look up this one, Joel. AYAAH. AYAAH. Look this one up, Joel. It's a pretty good price on it right now too in the U.S. I don't know how shipping is going up to you. Pop, you like it? It's not old school. Anybody smelled Fiorte? I just don't know. Yeah, Fiorte is great. I love Fiorte. That's that baby cat clone, right? Whatever it is, I like Fiorte. I'm thinking that's the baby cat clone, but Fiorte is great, whatever one it is, or whatever. I'm not thinking too clearly now, but I'm thinking that's the baby cat. But whatever one it is, that's a good one. You're gonna like that one, Pop. That's a Pop scent, whatever one that is. All right, we'll end this. I've kept Michael on here long enough. I've been on here we're probably thinking about doing an hour or whatever, but when we get to talking, time just gets away. And I still got more bottles, and I got a bunch of questions here I wrote down. We didn't get to none of them. So the chat was pretty active. Really appreciate you guys all showing up and keeping the chat active. And if I didn't, if I skipped you or ignored you, that's on me. I suck at this. I don't. It's hard for me to keep you engaged and do this and come back to you guys. And, it's not like it's a huge chat like Ross or somebody that can manage all that. I don't know how he does it, but sorry about that. If I skipped over anybody, you feel like I was skipping over you. I really apologize, because when I'm in a chat and people do that, I hate it. And I know it's by accident, so I just kind of let it go anymore. I don't get mad about it. So yeah, appreciate you guys all stopping, and Michael for giving your time. And it's fun talking like this, Michael, since we couldn't never get it on your stream. We've done this a couple of times.
Yeah,
had a good time, man. It's fun talking to you.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. Thank you, guys. Thank you to the chat, everybody hanging out. We'll link up again soon. We'll do a little swap. You're doing a great job of the stream. Don't worry about it. It's really casual, and you're doing great. I'm sure everybody in the chat really enjoys it and echoes it. So always good talking to you. We'll definitely be linking up here. Let's connect again on another live. We can keep this going. As long as people enjoy watching. And yeah, thanks for having me, man. Have a great day. And we'll talk on IG, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll do this again. We'll give it a little bit break, because we did 2 in a row. We'll give it a little break or whatever. And then
people are probably sick of me and my rat poop type sense. So.
I could have you on here every week, dude. I would do it, but I don't want to take up your time like that and get you involved. I think you're trying to get away from doing so much content or whatever. So I don't want to. I want you to do your other stuff. You know what I mean? I want you to do your business and all your other stuff, and not be on content so much. I don't want to pull you back into that, be a bad influence on you. But I do want to get you on again, but we'll give it a little while. All right. Well, have a good one, everybody. We're going to end it, and I'm not going to play no music this time or the theme or whatever. So have a good one. Thanks for stopping, everybody. See ya.
See you guys.